No, I don't need a second one. Oh, we're going live. You said we're going live, and I immediately tuned out. I was like,
yes, the floor here is made out of floor.
Ah.
Okay, latency seems good, seeing that I'm like hearing echoes of myself. Alright. Hooray, we're streaming.
Streaming time.
I just realized it's the, you know the profile of Hisao on the bottom?
Yes.
It's so much funnier if you imagine him holding a sandwich instead of a phone.
Who's just taking a bite to eat on
I honestly thought you were about to say Hisui, and I was like, that's the wrong game.
Hisui. No.
Tsukihime, what are you doing here?
Almighty Hisui. Wait, that's not actually how to say it. Spookihime.
Love to play Tsukihime.
Spookihime.
Tsukihime. Actually, I saw someone playing Tsukihime on Twitch the other day. Or it wasn't the other day.
What?
Like the original one.
They beat it to the punch.
Yeah, I know. But they weren't like voice acting. They were just like flat out just skipping through the text.
Oh, okay.
They were basically reading it and then streaming it as they were reading it.
That is like really weird. There's just nothing happening.
I wonder what they did for the H scenes. I can't remember if there's a way to disable them. If there was a way to disable them, I don't remember
These
it.
are rocky waters. Close your eyes and hold on.
So rocky waters, ladies and gentlemen. That being said, options. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, no, Leighton, don't do it in the middle of a stream for. Oh my God,
You can do it in the middle.
You want me to pull up Tsukihime in the middle of a stream?
That's not what I thought you were doing. What?
Hey, it's still a visual.
All right, we're pulling up Tsukihime.
I mean, technically.
Yeah.
And okay, well, since this is actually is this on topic? It is on topic. Haha. Okay, so you know how that announcement came through? The Neko arc was being added to the new Melody.
Wait, it did?
Yeah. Neko arc,
Yes.
Neko arc, and Mash from Fate Go.
They're adding Mash from Fate Go.
And now Leo's buying it too. Okay, but I have a question. Is Neko arc a girl or a boy? Because they referred to
Girl.
Neko arc as he.
Well, Neko arc is the spiritual manifestation of the character Arcoid, who is a girl. But I think there's multiple. It's to the point Neko arc is more so a species.
Yeah, because if you've ever watched Carnival Phantasm, they've got a bunch of different varieties of Neko arc.
Yeah. So the base
there's
Neko
Neko
arc
arc
is
Chaos.
a she.
There's more than
Neko
just
arc
that.
Chaos is
There's
a
more than
guy.
just those ones.
Okay, well, which Neko arc did they add? Because it looks like Neko arc, or Arcoeg Neko arc.
They are the
Now I'm just
Arcoid
confused.
Neko arc. Just roll with it.
Why are there?
Not much.
Okay.
I may legitimately buy the game if Neko arc is getting.
Wait for a sale.
There's a sale coming. It's going like 35% off soon.
Wait for a good sale.
Is that a bad sale?
I mean, how much is the game? I wouldn't spend. If you're buying it just to play funny Neko arc, I would not spend more than $20 on it.
I mean, that's true.
Okay.
I bought the other one.
I
for, like,
just
$5.
checked the Tsukihime, and apparently this was necessary for me to do in the middle of a stream, but I just checked the Tsukihime menus. There is no option to disable H scenes, but there is an option.
Wait, they have the original.
Yes.
Though. They have the original. Could that be different? The person who's
No, I was playing on the original.
I thought the original. There's an original. Oh, you mean not
the remake.
I thought you were saying like they had like a hard copy.
Oh no, I don't think anyone has a hard copy of that game.
I do.
But time to eBay it and see how much money it is. Is it more than Pokemon cards? I doubt it.
I'm not even sure it's on eBay. That's how hard it is to find.
Maybe if we went on the Japanese email. Jesus Christ, what is this? There's an art
Yeah,
book.
no. I don't think it's on eBay. It's so rare you can't even get it on.
Japan Type Moon Carnival Phantasm Guidebook. What?
That is an anime.
Okay, yeah, you know what? I'm done. This is just confusing me.
Yep, I don't.
Oh, the anime by Studio Dean?
Oh, no, there is no anime by Studio Dean. What are you talking about?
Oh.
There's an
What the fuck is Studio D?
What
on
the
my
fuck is
hill.
anime?
Don't even get me started. Okay, the one good thing that Studio Dean has ever done is
Oh.
Konosuba.
No, you got him started!
The only good thing that Studio Dean has ever done is Konosuba. And they're not even doing the most recent
okay.
season, the newer season. It got transferred to some other studio.
Sweet.
Studio
Got
Dean
that.
got the Studio Dean treatment. I have this joke about how Studio Dean takes over an anime and fucks it up. They did that with Seven
Studio
Deadly
Dean
Sins.
did a Rick and Morty episode.
Huh?
Yeah, they sure did.
Studio
Oh my
Dean
God.
did a 3D Rick and Morty episode.
What?
They did.
They did,
What the fuck does that mean?
they did a CGI episode of Rick and Morty where Rick is a samurai in feudal Japan. There's not much else context I can get past that.
All right then.
But why?
I don't
Was it?
know.
Oh no. It
Was it sponsored by Raycon?
by
That's what
Raycon.
my
Sorry,
mind defaulted.
how did Raycon become a part of this?
That's what my mind defaulted to you saying, like, was it? And for some reason I thought sponsored by
Sponsored
XY.
by Raycon.
Sponsored by Honey. Save a lot of money in just 2 clicks.
Ah, yes. Studio Dean is also the people that messed up the original Fate Stay Night adaptation. Oh, they did. Haven't you heard? I'm Sakamoto. That one's pretty good.
I do have a question. Should we start actually doing what we set out?
Ah.
Or do we need to wait for CD to show?
Nah, we can
There's
just go
never
ahead.
any guarantee.
All right.
Oh my god.
Okay, so
Am
Marak, I'm gonna take back over on both the narrator and the main character. That way you don't strain your voice as much as last time. Cause your voice was dying. Like you could hear how much.
It was actually okay on everything else,
But, like,
on
yeah.
Anisha's voice, you could hear you just like, I'm not that often, but you could hear you sometimes just like, it just sounded like your voice was like, God,
It's because you have to push the air out and like those muscles get tired.
his voice is really funny.
Okay, actually,
I
we
like-
need to have
Tracy
a
just
talk
figured it out.
because we got a bad ending
You're right,
and we
you're
need to
right.
decide where we want to reset from.
Oh shoot.
Yes, I know. We wanted to do Shizune's route.
Did we decide on that?
I thought we were avoiding it. I thought we decided that Shizune was an owner.
Well, we just decided she was a bitch and then just kind of left it at that.
Oh, okay.
Oh God. Okay,
I-
never mind.
after
Perhaps I was
seeing-
wrong.
After seeing where Kenji's route went, I'm more open to something like Shizune now. I don't care how much of a jerk.
Well, okay,
she is,
here's the
better
deal.
than that.
If we
It's
reset,
better than you, oh, Yasuo.
if we reset this one right here, you guys can get on Emi or Shizune's route. We have to
Yeah.
go a lot, and then I think.
Cold War. I'm
We should
sorry,
we
what?
should probably decide ahead of time who we want to go with, so we don't have to waste like
Tell you what.
time doing.
I'm gonna post all of their images and we're gonna have one major vote.
Okay.
Wait, we only have 3 choices.
There's
right
only
now,
3 people here.
Yeah.
We can go further back for more choices.
though. Oh, that's true.
Yeah, you can go further back.
If
Is that
we're
what we
willing.
want to do?
Alright, well, the problem is that if you give me, actually, if you give me any choice, I don't know what I want, so, whatever.
Do we just want to pick between Emi and Shizune, or do we want to pick a blanket between all of them?
Kane's
Also,
doing what
remember to
he's
put
I'm
it in the
going for it.
Leo's Den and not in
doing.
Oh, you're right. Shit, and I have to go
I
recopy
once
all these.
accidentally put a Yahtzee in Empires.
No. What was that for?
We were playing, well, I was quarantining, so it was a
Oh, online
family
Yahtzee.
game of
Oh, guys, what do you
Yahtzee.
feel about an Empire's
And
Yahtzee
so
tournament?
I meant to send that just to Leo.
What do you guys feel about an
Yeah,
Empire's
Yahtzee.
Yahtzee tournament?
I've never played Yahtzee in
If
my
we
entire
can,
life.
okay, I need you all to Google something, not Google. Go onto Steam for me. And then I want you to look at something. If you Google Yahtzee on Steam, you get this thing called Yahtzee VR, and it just confuses me. If it's still there, then there is something wrong.
Something in there's
That's all
there's a
I'm saying.
glitch in the fabric of the universe.
Yeah, so Yahtzee
Oh, is it?
VR.
Is it NSFW?
click on
Oh,
it-
it's NSFW.
No way, is it actually?
like-
Hold on, I need to see this now.
I don't know, but there's. I don't know how to.
Yahtzee
no, it's
VR?
Right.
There are
Yes.
big. There are big
It said it
booty
came out
anime
in
women
July
sitting in the
2020,
background.
despite the fact that it did not.
It's not out yet. It was just an announced Okay, hold on.
What the fuck is
Seems
this
like
trailer?
Yeah, it seems like Yahtzee mixed with a maid cafe.
Alright.
Also, there's many things that aren't
You
meant
guys,
to be that
okay,
strong.
you do know that Misha doesn't have a proper root, right? I did.
Yeah, I thought you said
She
did.
the closest thing she has a root to a root is a bad ending on Shizune's root, and I know I have said
damn.
to that to
Why
you
not?
multiple times before.
I thought you said he has a route that requires getting the bad ending. I'll start adding the reactions, don't worry.
Hmm. Oh fudge. You know what? You guys pick which one you want, and I'll follow.
Okay, I'm gonna put their disability, and that'll be the one.
Oh my
you vote
fucking
on.
god.
And I'll decide.
Why does Misha have 3 different reactions then?
What? Who is this?
She's impaired, generally.
Oh, okay, I see. That's Kane 4 times.
Yeah, I'm
Misha
reacting
is
with all.
Misha, which is why I'm confused. Like, Misha was nice. Why doesn't
This
she have
fellow right here. Democracy.
objection, Your Honor, democracy. Oh, yeah.
Alright, so who shall we go?
It would be really funny if everyone just votes crispy.
Everyone votes
Although
crispy
no one
for
in the stream can. The problem, I just realized we're being terrible hosts because no one understands in the actual chat. The chat of one person who I think is me, because I have the stream open. But no one understands what we're talking about.
Use
when we're referring to
use
it.
command Discord. I actually have a command set up that lets people know what my Discord is.
Oh,
yeah.
for real? Wait, where is
You
it?
just type the Discord. You know how to use Twitch commands, don't you?
By the way, the vote is set up.
Okay. Here's what you do. You type in exclamation mark Discord. And see, you do that, and then Nightbot says, join the Lion's Den Discord. And I fucked up.
Can you, like, set up a... Hey, it didn't work.
I think there's a cooldown on it.
You CD in chat yet, or should I ping him in?
CD's not in chat yet,
You
no.
could ping him.
Then again, this is earlier than I usually start streaming, so.
Oh, I still need to look at CD's,
Oh, Jesus.
tier list.
Remember when you were going to start?
Oh, do you guys want to see?
Oh,
Do you want to
uh,
see CD's tier list?
Okay, we should no, send it to us individually and we can look at it on our because poor Maroc is dealing with a later time zone than the rest of us. So let's
Okay,
get a...
I have unembedded Misha. She does not exist anymore. Go react. Go react. Which one you want? I will be the tiebreaker because I started the reaction. You two actually put
Here's
your
the problem.
opinion.
I don't know who to pick, so I want
Then
you guys to.
figure it out.
I don't know.
Which woman
Shall
do you
we
want?
roll a dice?
Oh my god, yeah, that's all it
Yahtzee.
does.
No.
Actually,
I
let me-
personally,
Here,
my
how
current
about,
bias.
alright, let's just try to reason that. Does anyone have any arguments for a particular person?
I like Hanako. She seems neat.
Okay, that's
I
one.
also like Hanako.
Alright, I'm down for Hanako.
You guys want to go on
I just wanna
Hanako's
do
route?
Hanako.
Go react with the fire emoji
The
first.
voice you gave does not give me confidence. You wanna go on Hanako's route?
No, he
Are
said
you
do
sure?
you.
Do you know what you're signing up for?
He's unconfident because we've changed our minds 4 times since the start of this.
Oh, okay, never mind. Maybe if it's that. Alright.
He's unconfident in us, not the route.
For once, we'll be unanimous. Wait,
I can
can
tell
I
you
do
what I
this?
think about each of the routes if you guys think that'll help you out.
No.
Honestly, I mean, if
Be
Marat
here
doesn't
all
want to
night.
hear it, then no.
But Maroc has already
We
heard
wanna hear
it.
about the route before we do it.
Oh, well then, if Marat's already heard it, give us a brief rundown.
No, don't. We're gonna be...
Because I'm interested, and I
Okay.
don't want to go through every route.
Shizune is my favorite character, but she has by far the worst route in the game.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
Hanako has the best route in the game.
I got this.
Hanako's, in my opinion at least, Hanako is the best route in the game. Rin has the
I figured
most
she'd be the
emotionally confusing route in the game. I don't know how else to describe
That
it.
makes sense. Rin is by default emotionally confused.
If we were gonna pick routes to do, I'd say prioritize Rin and Hanako, and then pick either Lily or Emmy after that.
Okay, so we'll do Hanako for now, and then if we enjoy it, go back. And do
Okay.
it.
Yay.
Sound good?
Yeah, sure, that's good.
All right.
I gotta figure out how far back I gotta go.
Maybe Cold War.
It is Cold War is the one that we got to go back to. So you guys have to cut me and Lily some slack for this to work.
Okay, well then click it, I guess.
All right, you guys ready?
Wait, for Hanako, I thought you said at this point we would be locked onto.
So if you pick this, if you picked
Shizune.
this route, if you pick Don't Drag Me Into This, that locks you onto Shizune's.
The bad end.
No, that locks you into Shizune's.
Oh.
It doesn't technically lock you into Shizune. You can still get on Emi,
But
but it locks you out of Lily and Hanako.
Alright. Who's voicing the narrator?
I am voicing narrator today, just so.
Cool.
Hey, I'm the new guy, remember? It's not like I could have done much, even if I wanted.
Oh god, I forgot this is me as well. Okay.
I mean, I can do this if you don't want me to, since it's
No, that's fine.
Reese's voice. Okay.
That's right. You shouldn't expect a transfer student to jump right into it on his first week.
Lily taking my side feels oddly comforting, so I decide to back her up, too. You weren't doing that at... Okay, whatever. Yeah, you're being unreasonable with both of us. You're being unreasonable with us both.
Excuses, excuses. Miss Class Rep has had plenty of time to deal with her report. And we repeatedly offered you a position and help with the student council work, but you refused to commit yourself to making the festival a success.
Yeah, but as I said back then, I'm not sure if...
Guys, it's my heart.
I don't have time for this right now. No matter what I do, it will mean being drawn into a confrontation with Shizune, and that's what she wants. Whatever, forget it.
Never mess with somebody who plays.
I turn my back at them. I get back to my sheet and shut my ears from the finale of the argument between Lily and Shizune. Hold on a second, do I need to... Okay, we're good to go. Eventually, Lily leaves our classroom and Shizune and Misha seat themselves without talking to me. I can feel Shizune's eyes burning into my back. She's probably angry at me, but I'm just as angry with her. I don't get why she had to drag me into the argument. I agree, CD.
Hi,
Oh my
CD.
god, why is it so fucking loud?
You will hear the music. You will like it.
I love the music, it was just so loud. Hanako doesn't come to the morning class at all, leaving her seat looking empty and lonely in the back of the classroom. I have to tell her that Lily was looking for her if I see her later. After the events this morning, class is pretty boring in comparison. I turn the pages of my textbook lazily. I have a bit of catching up to do, despite trying to keep up with my studies at the hospital, but I'm not feeling that enthusiastic about it. The clock at the front of the room sounds unbearably loud. The teacher hasn't said anything in over 7 minutes, instead opting to cover the board in rows and rows of equations taken directly from the book. The rhythmic clashing of chalk on blackboard seems to synchronize perfectly with the ticking of the clock. I start to copy down the equations just to pass the time, even though they are right there in the textbook. When the bell rings, I'm not in a hurry because I have nothing to do, so I stay for a while reviewing what we covered in class today. I prefer to leave last anyway, so I don't have to deal with crowding in the hallways. I notice Shizune and Misha have also stayed behind, talking to someone from another class. Shizune's signing so fast that her hands make noises like swords cutting through the air. Maybe there is pent-up anger in there. Misha's trying desperately to keep up, but it's clear she can barely manage to even understand her. I put my head down. Whatever they're discussing sounds like serious business. Shizune signs to the point where her wrists crackle, and Misha struggles to spit it out in word form. Sometimes she trips over herself like she's dealing with tongue twisters, and then on top of that, she has to sign back anything the other girl says. Seems like a rough job. Misha looks tired, like she's about to faint. Luckily for her, their business is soon finished and the girls sit down on their seats again.
Ooh, I'm so tired.
She's hanging her head limply on the desk, looking exhausted. I'll use the opportunity to reconcile with Shizune a bit, without getting roped into the student council thing again, though I suspect that door is now closed for me. Festival preparations must be tough for you. Indeed, the people in this school seem to be taking the festival very seriously. Whenever I see people idling around before and after classes, they're always talking about their plans for it.
Ow!
It's kind of neat to see everyone being so enthusiastic about it.
Nothing.
I'm probably the only one who doesn't have something to do. Shizune scoffs at me, as if trying to decide whether to ignore or sneer at me. But in the end, she starts signing without doing either. Misha perks up, looking at her hands with slightly unfocused eyes.
Stop.
She signs with harsh, heavy, dramatic strokes. Misha translates her signing into speech for me. She does it so well, it's almost like Shizune is actually speaking, transmitting her words directly through Misha. She must have practiced it vigorously.
Well, of course, we're in the student council, so, you know, we're pretty busy.
God.
It's an important duty of ours to ensure the success of the festival with all of our strength. We would shame ourselves in front of the past student council generations if the festival were to fail. That's why there must be no flaws, I think that was encumbrances. No, nothing that might make the festival short of perfect.
Shizune's passionate speech and Misha's enacting are oddly fitting of them.
What? Okay, why is it... I'm sorry, I'm very confused. They're narrating as if we didn't know their relationship before. Like, they're re-establishing that Misha is the oddly well-trained translator.
Shizune.
Yeah, it's weird.
Well, keep in mind, we did reset quite a ways back, so we've heard their
That's
spiel.
fair.
Like, they do reiterate it a lot.
Well, we didn't I mean, we've already had the full you should join the student council conversation. That's what I mean. It's just, they're talking as if it's the first time we're seeing their dynamic. It's just a little weird.
I wonder if there's a route where maybe that is the case. And they just, I don't know, use catch.
Yeah. Maybe we just entered the other,
I wonder if we managed to still have 2 points with Shizune, even though we fucked up that last decision.
We probably did.
Oh well, we'll keep going.
I don't feel like we really went with Shizune in the first parts of the game. I think we just followed the natural flow, but I guess the natural flow is Shizune.
Nah, the natural flow for me on my first playthrough ended up with Emmy, actually.
What did we do wrong?
What is this?
Anyways.
What?
Oh, hello.
Anyway,
I look over my shoulder and see Hanako peering timidly into the classroom, most of her body hidden behind the door.
Hey, playing delinquent again?
Hanako blushes hard at Misha's straightforward jab, even if it was only in jest.
Stop.
Shizune stares at her probingly, causing Hanako to look down and start backing away to the point where only her fingers can be seen wrapped nervously around the edge of the door. Maybe she's showing her dislike of Hanako by association of her dislike of Lily. It appears so, and Hanako probably knows it as well. What is it, Hanako?
Has Lily been in here?
I forgot the point.
Sorry, haven't seen Sato. She, came by in the morning, though.
Hanako keeps looking uneasily at Shizune, who stares back at her with her usual studying gaze. What is she trying to do? Of course, Shizune isn't going to look away, and she's intimidating enough as it is, so I can only imagine how terrified Hanako would be. It is a little uncomfortable watching Hanako's reaction to Shizune's normal behavior. This is what happened when two people of different extremes meet, it seems.
Do you know where she is? ...
If she has any sense in her head, she's in a classroom, working on their festival project. But who knows where that woman is loitering at?
Hanako nods quickly and retreats with haste.
What were we talking about? Oh yeah, we were really working hard to make the festival happen.
And driving other people insane along the way. Well, good luck with that. I stand up to leave, making my exit before either of them manages to berate me anymore for slacking off. The halls are...
God.
We got out, guys! We got out!
No, I just made it so ugly.
I know, the paintings.
The painting.
But here's the thing. Here's the weird thing. This is a picture of somewhere. Somewhere that painting really exists, and someone has to
only
suffer.
makes it worse.
It does. It only. Oh God.
Like I said, we have to visit Brown University at some point.
The
just to see if
Empire's
it's like the
gang
game.
visits Brown University.
If this series gets 100 likes.
If we
we'll
get
go to Brown
100 likes, we'll go to Brown University. Watch them have done like a major renovations project and the entire school is different now.
There'll be like a new
No!
painting because we removed the old painting because of so many complaints.
The halls are somewhat quiet, as expected. Everyone must be in club meetings or at festival preparations. Or both. Shizune's words about being a slacker echo in my head. I feel a bit guilty about not contributing, but I seem to lack the resolve to do something concrete about the matter. For the festival, it's too late already unless I count helping Shizune and Misha, which I naturally don't, and clubs. I don't know. Maybe I'm not a club type of person. Halfway through the way from the school building to the dorms, I spot a figure in front of the dorms. It's Rin. Looks like she's working on her mural today, too. I walk over to her, but she doesn't seem to notice me approaching. She's sitting on an upturned box, looking intently at the wall as she is painting with a brush held between her toes. The mural has progressed considerably since yesterday, but it's still only half done as far as I can tell. More colors have appeared and twisted human-like figures have spread and increased in number. I have to say that the style is quite eye-catching and very unique. Not that I would be knowledgeable about art by any measurable scale, but it's very nice looking nevertheless. I clear my throat to get her attention, but not startle her so that her concentration won't break.
Wait, who's playing Rin?
Was it Caprese?
Caprese was doing
Caprese
Rin,
Yeah,
but who
Caprese was playing
who
Rin.
is taking over?
Maria signed it.
Me.
Oh,
me.
okay.
Wait.
She doesn't even turn to check who it is. I'll wait.
"45 minutes later."
15 minutes later, I decide that her concentration is indeed unbroken, and also that I have waited long enough to warrant poking her gently on the shoulder to remind her of my presence. Rin turns her head mechanically to my directions, ending up staring at my crotch level.
It's his hat.
She can tell? I would feel a lot less uncomfortable if she would look at my face. An astute observation. Hard at work, I see. Conversation starts as if I hadn't been here for a quarter of an hour already, but it's not a concern. At least it starts. Looking good. It does. The layers of paint hiding other layers of paint, mixing and shaping the human figures, really create an impressive look. But Rin looks miffed.
You shouldn't comment on works in progress. 7 years of bad luck.
Sounds terrible. I guess I'll take it back then. Still, it looks good. I wonder if I get 14 years of bad luck for thinking that. Rin turns back to look at her painting and pokes it with a big toe. Could you mix?
Did you make some of this color? I'm running out of
I almost started just reading.
trying to steal my lines? Bitch. Shut up.
Liam, what did you do?
My brain just kept reading by default.
It happens.
She looks down at a half-empty bowl with the remains of the same pinkish paint in it. I didn't really intend to stay and help her with this project, though. I guess I didn't intend to do anything much. I look at Rin, and she looks emptily back at me. Just this once. Rin picks up another brush and drenches it in another tone of pale red. There are dozens of similar bowls around her working area. From the looks of this scene, she could have been sitting there for hours. I wonder if she has. That would mean she'd have been skipping school, though, which, of course, I wouldn't put beyond someone like Rin. I pour a little bit of white and red into the bowl, trying to match the color with the one already on the wall. I can't seem to get it right. It's really inconvenient of her not to mix enough in the first place. Getting it to be exactly the same tone will be impossible, but at least I can try to get as close as I can. Speaking of hard work, isn't that a huge workload for you? Oh my god. Isn't that a huge workload for you too? Such a big painting and all.
I'm not old and bitter enough yet to think like that.
I guess you aren't.
Okay.
You guessed right. Legs hurt though. I feel like slugs. Slugs made of sea slugs.
Because of the position?
Yeah, I'm not doing it in a horizontal position anymore. And on top of that. Well, it can't be up. Can't dash the water like that.
Saying that, she stretches herself a little, bending her legs and back far more than a human should flex. It's astonishing how effortlessly she manages her body around. There is a small flinch in her otherwise blank expression, a hint of pain maybe as she stretches out her calves. Reen must have stamina and dexterity far above a normal person to be able to live like she does, but she's wearing out working on this. Why push yourself so much? Take a break or something at least. Continue tomorrow if it's bad. This gives her a pause. A long one, too, feeling like a mental yawn.
I don't think so, Lisa. I'm not pushing myself.
Sure looks like you are.
No, it's not about pushing or pulling or anything related to that kind of thing. Is it pull?
Boy?
Yes.
Where?
At the art club.
And...
He's blind.
Oh. How can you paint if you're blind?
No idea.
So why is he there?
That's the point. He is there.
She really should speak more than one word at a time to make this feel more like a discussion and less like an interrogation.
He speaks one word at a time, you said. He can't. Really? I'm not gonna do that.
We're gonna be here all fucking night.
Apart, right? But he comes there anyway. He paints. Why?
I don't know. Why?
I don't know. Why?
So...
He doesn't paint often, but I think his paintings are very interesting.
I'm sure they are.
I once tried that, painting with eyes closed. Wasn't too interested. And cleaning up the floor took ages. Didn't try again.
But he has become... Oh, for fuck's sake.
But he is becoming better at sculpting. This is my line!
I see. Maybe she was trying to make a point with this. Maybe she forgot she had one. Seems like the art club is full of interesting people.
Not really.
Pretty blunt statement, and she totally missed the sarcasm. No?
Like I said, we're not very interested. We don't have much interest in people who are not interested. Maybe you're right.
Maybe.
But that boy is interested. Maybe I am like that boy. Maybe you are. Maybe everyone is. Doing things you can't do just because you can.
That's pretty deep. That's pretty deep, I think. And tell that to her. You're a deep one.
Not the chat, chat.
Is it just me or is Kane?
Kane, I think you cut
Oh,
out.
I'm speaking quietly. That's my bad. I'm a really shallow person. I'm really shallow and thoughtless person. People say that to me all the time. Did it catch that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it.
You know I can only think of 4 things at a time.
No, but I do now.
Canonical.
Right now I'm thinking of the second floor's girls' toilet, ice cream flavored ice cream, a middle tub, and a haircut.
Ice cream flavored ice cream.
I'm going to need a haircut. No, you don't. Your hair is short.
She shakes her head
Shakes her head
vigorously,
around
letting her
vigorously.
short and messy hair
Yeah.
ruffle wildly
Shoot it.
around. I can see that doing it is something she likes to do. We fall silent as Rain treads around absent-mindedly, poking some brushes around. The thought about the art club sticks in my head for a while longer. I'm feeling like I'm treading on a very unknown territory with art. The way these meetings with Reen go, it's as though I'm starting a smoking habit or something. I should probably stop talking with her. It's not like I dislike her, despite the confusion her being herself causes, and I don't dislike art either. I've even drawn for fun sometimes. I just don't have a real creative drive or any technical skill. So usually, if I were to try to draw something, I get white paper syndrome and just freeze completely. That, or I manage to draw something disfigured and promptly get frustrated at my inability to put the picture in my head down on the paper. Then call it quits without really even trying to make an effort. Reen clearly doesn't have this problem, but she frustrates me in another way. Being with her is like looking into a mirror that doesn't reflect anything. It makes one question the sanity of the act. Isn't that just glass, though?
Wait.
You can see through glass.
Well, yeah, but like,
there's-
I think it's just a brick wall.
Yeah, at that point, it's just like...
What are you seeing if it doesn't
I think
reflect?
he-
If
I
it
think
doesn't
he's-
reflect anything, what are you seeing?
It's just
I think
nothing.
he's-
It's blank.
I think he's talking about the feeling of like trying to look into a mirror and expecting to see a reflection, but not seeing anything.
Yeah, I was thinking vampire.
Vampire rules? Alright, we're gonna go with that just to clear up my own confusion.
Sure.
Rin,
Reen sits down on her
Is
box,
it
swaying from side to side. Okay,
vampire?
what's up?
I just said Rin is a
Oh.
vampire. Go ahead.
Might as well be. Reen sits down on her box, swaying from side to side, apparently comfortable with the uncomfortable silence. She is staring at me again, or maybe over my shoulder. I can't quite figure out where her eyes are focused. I'm thinking of leaving so she can carry on working undistracted, and I can go do whatever I'm going to do alone. Not like I have anything that much that must be done today.
Wait, question, is my fan being picked up on my mic?
Yeah.
Yes.
Shit. Okay. Being picked up now?
Faintly.
Not
At least
anymore, I
can't
don't
hear
think.
that much of it.
Okay, I'm just gonna keep my noise suppression on. My fan is louder than my fucking TV. I don't think so cold, so I play shit like it's FNAF 6. I just have to keep myself below 95 degrees while not being able to
Oh
hear me.
god.
I mean, alright. Don't torture
Oh,
yourself
shoot.
for us, just...
No, it's on full blast. I just had to turn my noise suppression on.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Oh. Who?
Nobody. I just forgot to tell Hanako that Lily was looking for her. Do you know her from my class?
Oh, huh. Mystery toilet girl.
What?
That person's fun. I saw her going to the toilet 5 times during one recess 3 weeks ago. I'm sure it's the world record. It was very mysterious.
That's why you call her Mystery Toilet Girl?
What other reason could there possibly be? Well, if there is, it's an eternal mystery. I didn't follow her in there. Maybe it was the week before that. Could have been.
When they say recess, CD, they Japan generally has a bit longer breaks between classes than the US does. At least I think they do. Maybe I'm wrong. I just get that sense from watching anime.
Looking at her makes me hungry. Huh?
Don't say that. At least not around her.
Maybe she's a vampire.
I mean, I guess.
Reen
it's
turns to look at me blankly, as if she's not sure.
I just screamed
as-
later.
Oh, it's because she's cooked.
Oh,
Oh
I don't
no! Oh
I
no!
think that's worse somehow.
Somehow that was. Somehow it got worse. Reen turns to look at me blankly, as if she's not sure why I reproved her. But she doesn't acknowledge understanding any more than before, so I give up at this point. Or maybe on the whole recess point, CD, they might refer to recess as their lunch break, or the other way around. They might refer to their lunch break as recess. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to come up with ways to justify this at this point, so take it with a grain of salt.
There was a thought.
There was a brain moment. My brain cell was there for a second, and then it was gone. So do you want to eat... Oh boy. So do you want to go eat dinner then?
No, not yet.
Reen has turned her hungry gaze back to the wall, looking slightly more energetic, or at least slightly less lethargic than she did before. It's as if the wall is an opponent she has to vanquish, something she must overcome before she can indulge in dinner. This is the feeling I get. A weird sense of empathy overcomes me, and makes me smile a little myself. For all her oddity, Reen is pretty cool after all. I'll be going anyway. Have fun. Reen has already grasped a brush and is dipping it into fresh paint, so of course she can't hear me anymore. Or doesn't answer even if she does. Adhering to the nurse's
I
net.
find it
What's
kind
up?
find it kind of funny how we're only now starting to look into other people's characters the second we lock ourselves out of Shizune's.
Shizune was really hugging just.
Shizune Hawk screen time.
Yeah,
Hold on. I gotta pull something up real quick.
them dots.
I was gonna say, do we? Oh, what the fuck? Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Leo,
You're gonna-
your freaking folders are like.
Oh yeah.
Oh, really?
Shizune.exe.
Can you actually see that?
And whatnot. Like,
Yeah, I got
parts of it,
frightened
yeah.
for a second because like I
Nice.
thought something was happening in the game.
That's hilarious,
And
actually.
It's like doki dokiing and messing with the files.
That it isn't showing. The
was
good
gonna
thing is that
ask,
it's not
yeah.
showing up on my actual stream, but that is kind of funky.
Oh, it's happening.
Yeah,
on Discord.
are we on the right path?
I'm
This
checking that
seems
right
like
now because
more-
we might
more
we
like-
might have locked ourselves out of everything except for Reen, and I need to make sure that that's not the case.
Ruh-roh.
Okay. Oh,
Hey, as long as it's not Kenji.
jeez.
You can get on Kenji from any route, so it's like
I didn't want to hear that, Leo. It doesn't make me feel better.
oh that sets she's oh boy really
What? We're just gonna have to be confused while you figure this out.
yeah sorry guys.
There is no Kenji supremacy.
Kenji supremacy.
I don't know how to break it to you. That was just.
Shadn't.
Oh,
Start like.
The question okay, so we have at least 1 point with the Hanako Lily branch. Oh no, we have 2 points with the Hanako Lily branch. We should be fine. Actually, unless nope, we're locked out of Hanako Lily.
We nailed it.
Here, I can get us back to this point. So what we gotta do?
Okay, wait, save it, save it.
It doesn't-
No, hold on.
why?
Just save it.
save it. That way, when we do go back
Save
for
it in
Rin,
case-
No, Reen can still be accessed from the point I'm going to. That's the thing.
I just mean
Alright.
like when we inevitably go back to play Rin after Hanzo.
Yeah, but Reen can still be accessed from where I'm going to.
I know, but did we get more points?
Okay.
there by
No,
being
you don't get points with Reen. Reen's route works differently.
Okay.
Okay. Apparently, Rain's route is just all sorts of different.
Yeah, Reen's just like Reen and Emmy have this thing. Well, actually, Reen basically only depends on a single choice to get on her route.
Okay. Wait.
Neat. She's
Oh.
a simple girl.
Sweet. Okay.
Anyways,
All right, shall we continue?
so what we do is we have to go up to, is it lunch evolution theory? Yeah, it's lunch evolution
I find
theory.
it funny how every scene has its own name.
So we waited for Shizune and Misha to make a decision. What we need to do instead...
Oh God.
There's only one other option, isn't it? Just read my book?
Yes.
No. If you click the windowsill, there's a third option.
So if we read... Okay, so... Hold on. So if
What
Shizune
even
is
happened here?
greater
Does
than
anyone
1,
remember?
yes. If Hanako Lily is greater than 1, no. Okay, I figured out the flowchart. I finally figued out the flowchart.
Part of me wants to look
Top
at it
option,
just to
cut
see how
off
many-
my arms. Bottom option, helm. Oh lord.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. Oh no.
I do what I always do when I don't know what to do. Like now. I've already started on one of the books I borrowed yesterday, and took it with me to school to fill the empty moments between classes. I find the page that I creased a corner of to mark the spot I left yesterday night, and pick up from there. Can I enter skip mode yet? Not quite. Misha and Shizune are still arguing heatedly, probably about restaurants still. If I joined them, I'd just get caught up in that, or worse, get grilled about joining the student council. Misha isn't speaking aloud since there's nobody who'd need to hear what they are talking about. But why does she tend to sign things even when Shizune doesn't need to understand what's being said? Or even more strangely, when Shizune is not around at all? What an odd conflict of habits. I find it hard to focus on the book, and besides, the lunch break beckons me to leave the dullness of the classroom. I do so, heading down to the cafeteria. Misha and Shizune, having come to a conclusion of one or another, follow in my wake, though still talking in their animated fashion. Just around the corner of the hallway, something... Okay, then we can do this. We should be able to enter skip mode now.
Yeah.
A million discs.
Are we still
We
skipping
can't.
or
We've
reading?
gotten to a point... It kind of cuts in and out.
We have to run now. There's an important student council meeting regarding the festival. And we have finally decided where to eat. Too bad you can't join, but this lunch meeting is only for council members.
I just realized how far back we went.
We went a long ways back.
We can take you there some other time.
Before they-
Oh, but that'd be like a date, wouldn't it? Wah!
Just take off.
Okay.
The girls leave for downstairs. I didn't manage to get far from the third floor hallway before all this commotion struck. Literally. I should get going as well. And then we should be able to skip... Nope. Alright. The lunch in the afternoon class pass uneventfully. I read most of the book I had started yesterday and eat some of the mostly inedible offerings of the cafeteria. Class is tiresome.
Sorry, what?
The teacher seems like an okay person despite the weird first impression I got, and the material is relatively interesting. However, the way he teaches is really bizarre. It's as if he expects that everyone is a natural genius.
And that's that.
Okay, maybe now? Fucking shit! Alright.
I don't remember.
When the
any
bell-
of this
when the
dialogue,
final-
so-
See, for me, I've played this game so many times that I don't remember what happened in which playthrough anymore. When the final bell...
So we haven't heard any
Huh?
of this. Yeah, we haven't heard or read any of this yet.
Yeah, we've now split because last time we went to the dinner with them.
Yeah, we're completely lost. Before we didn't even go to class.
Alright, we just gotta wait until... Yeah, we've got a little ways. Alright. When the final bell sounds, I realize that there's still a lot of time left in the day, and I'm wondering what to do. I'm left wondering what to do. It's odd. At the hospital, I have 24 hours a day of free time, but here filling the considerably shorter hours feels difficult. Everyone else leaves, and I'm left alone with the teacher. Muto is examining the assignment sheets we were working on earlier, marking them with a red ball pen. Raising his eyes from his papers briefly, he notices me and furrows his brow.
What is it, Nakai?
I jump at him addressing me, but I guess it's natural to spark some conversation since there's nobody else around. Nothing. Thinking about what I do after school. The teacher slowly puts the cap on the pen he is holding and arranges his papers into a stack, clacking it against the desk twice. He seems very methodical for a brief moment. I'm reminded... Oh my god. He seems very methodical, and for a brief moment I'm reminded of Shizune. But the teacher is more unhurried and relaxed, much more routine.
You have no plans?
No, I considered joining a club, but I don't know what kind of club would interest me.
Go observe a meeting of someone else's club. Might pique your interest.
I guess. But I don't know how to continue from there. Muto looks at me in a way that makes me quickly want to take the words back to avoid a conversation. But I can't, so I have to forge ahead. I just don't know how to deal with people. I mean, the other students. I'm talking to people and everything, so it's not that I'd be isolated or anything. I just don't know what to think about the disabilities. It's like, it feels that I'm being polite if I pay attention. Impolite if I pay attention to them. And it's weird to ignore them. Damned if I do, damned if I don't. The teacher scratches his cheek absent-mindedly, looking very unresponsive.
These things are only an issue if you make them one.
Whoa, no way.
You can talk normally with someone even if they are blind or something. Try to look behind the superficial. There's not a single student here who isn't just a normal kid behind whatever they may seem at first glance.
He says the same thing as Yuko did. I know they're right, but it's hard. How can you not consider, for example, Shizune's deafness, when the only way to communicate with her is to talk through Misha? Or Hanako. It's not like you can ignore her face. But... I'm interrupted by the door of the classroom suddenly slamming open.
Teacher!
Misha crashes in. Hand straight in an enthusiastic greeting, her voice loud and lively enough to wake the dead from their graves. She starts towards the teacher's desk with her bouncing step, hands energetically swinging with the rhythm. Muto, visibly dismayed at the interruption, and Misha in general, slumps in his chair.
Mikado.
Misha stops in her tracks and looks around cluelessly, as if she's sensing from his tone that something's wrong, but has no idea what.
Yes?
We have talked about volume control before.
I feel so bad for you. This is the complete opposite spectrums of voice right now, and you have to be close.
Yes!
But she doesn't lower her voice at all. And the teacher just rubs his eyes.
So, what is it?
We need help! We're running out of supplies for the festival stands! This is a distress!
She waves a pink slip of paper she's holding around.
So, go get more supplies from the art room. What's the problem with that?
Plywood! Plywood is always the problem. Last time we wanted more, there was only a little. But that time we just took it all and went with that. Now there's like none left there. So you know where there is some?
I don't understand. How would I know?
Chi-chan, I mean the president thought that a teacher would know if there was some plywood. Was she wrong?
Muto looks like he's in great pain, frowning with his entire essence, and Misha doesn't get it at all. Looking at the two of them communicate is terrible, like looking at a man being tortured by drilling his skull open while blasting pop music at full volume at the same time.
I'm afraid I have no idea if there's any plywood in the school, let alone where it would be if there was any.
Oh, what should I do?
Perhaps try to find Mr. Nomiya? I'm quite sure he would know where to find everything you need. You'd have to pry them from his cold, dead hands, but that's a different matter.
I don't have time, we're so busy.
She holds her head with both of her hands, looking as despairing as it's possible for a person like her. Without even noticing, she crumples the note she's holding against her hair.
I shouldn't even be fetching these things. There's so much to do and we're falling behind the schedule.
Muto looks at her gravely and then suddenly smiles. Smiling doesn't really fit his face. I think it'd be better if he didn't.
I wonder if you could get some temporary help.
I wonder if you could get some bitchy.
What did you just say?
Oh, God.
I said I wonder if you can get some bitchy.
He switches to staring at me focusedly with a hard expression, as if trying to say, go make some friends. I guess I can give you a hand.
And we're back to Shizune.
You can?
What?
Oh, sorry. Wait, I may have accidentally just made a noise.
You can? Thanks, Ichan, you are really nice.
She pauses, doubles it a double take, and then points at me with her finger, yelping, "Ah!" and looking very puzzled.
Come to think of it, what's Ichan doing here? Class is over, you should be having fun.
We just had a little chat.
Oh no. It's not detention, is it? Are you in trouble, Ichan?
No, I'm not.
Is Ichan in trouble, teacher?
I don't trust him.
No, he's not.
Muto sighs deeply, and I feel that I have to help Misha to get her off the teacher's back. So, what do you need?
Here's a list. I can try to find the plywood from somewhere if there's none in the art room.
She offers me the note she's holding. I take it, hesitating a bit. I said I'd help you, but this has no implications on whether I'm joining the council or not.
Aww.
You should tell me we can skip the ring dialogue.
We can skip the Reen dialogue.
Thank God.
Still, thanks, Ichan. Try to be quick. We are in a stall building streak now. We must hurry, hurry, hurry.
She bounces out of the classroom, leaving me and the teacher looking at each other with something that feels like a silent agreement.
Well, there you have it, Nakai. You have something to do now.
Please don't sound so smug. Looking at the list with a number of items ranging from paint to plywood, all written with small, neat handwriting that is undoubtedly Shizune's, I heave a heavy sigh. I'll be going then. It really was like that, wasn't it, CD? Waving the long list limply at the teacher, I exit to the hallway. The classroom closest to ours are designated belonging to classes 3-1 and 3-2 on the right side and 3-4 on the left side, each door looking exactly the same. Further down the corridor, still with identical doors, are rooms that I didn't think were used for classes. I guess the art room is not a classroom as such. I carefully push open the furthest door and peek in. Please. There we go.
Yeah, it's not that I don't like voicing Rin, I just don't want to have to go through an hour's worth of the exact same dialogue. Like, look,
The same voice.
this is so much longer,
Oh my god, you're right. It's so long.
You're doing a Roblox dance.
and it keeps going. See?
Oh god.
Do we want to just go with...
Isn't the answer
Okay, Caprese
We
won't make
yes
it tonight,
last
by
time.
the way. Just got a text from him.
damn?
Alright, that's fine. We'll just have to go on with that then.
Does it
There was
matter
like-
which one we do?
Not if we're going on Hanako's route.
Then click yes.
Yeah. I don't want to piss off the nurse.
I don't want to
Yeah.
piss off Mike Ehrmantraut. That's the voice I think of whenever I play that.
And back into skip mode. Now we can actually properly skip. for a
Yeah.
while.
Okay.
It's just... So, the part that we were on deviates into, like, 3 different paths. All depending on whether or not
I
you help
figured.
out, Shizune and Misha. Well, whether or not you go to
Yeah.
lunch with Shizune and Misha would be more accurate.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Faster, skip mode faster!
What's
Ah!
wrong with Kenji and all of his glory?
Anyway,
Dude,
Wait,
just
no,
put
pull
us
up the cat
back.
picture.
Huh? We...
Oh,
fuck.
my reaction to the cat
Jesus.
picture.
Alright, hold on. Let's get the cat picture up.
yeah.
It's
While we're
skip-
skipping.
We
Luckily,
saw
I don't-
exactly one
We went
frame.
so fast.
Where's...
My
Oh,
reaction to that.
yeah, no, hold on. Um,
Censored.jpg, I think.
Yeah, it's censor.jpg is what it's called. Wait, where the
Yeah.
fuck? Hold on. Ah, okay, here it is.
I'm sure it'll be gone in a flash.
Here, I'm just gonna skip it like this, that way I can just...
Okay,
Okay, we're good to go now.
we made it. So, we have to say, cut me and Lily some slack, right?
Yes, cut me
Yeah.
and Lily some slack is what we gotta say, and then we go back into skip mode, and this will take us right back to where we were earlier.
Oh, well.
But better.
But better, because we won't have
It's gonna
locked us
take a while.
ourselves out of Hanako and Lily's route. At least I don't think so.
Wait, where were we before?
Because the issue is that when you go do that scene in the cafe with Shizune and Misha, it actually resets your affection points with Hanako and Lily.
Oh, wow. So last time we said go for it and got sent to the head nurses. What should we do this time? So
Do
if
you
it doesn't
know
matter,
if it matters, Leo?
Not unless you're going on Emmy's route.
I say click go for it just because I'm afraid it won't let us skip the dialogue if we take it.
It will not let us skip the dialogue for a little bit if we take it.
Go for it.
We're going for it. Heart attack.
Heart Attack 2.
Heart Attack 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Electric Blue. Yeah.
Just actually die.
Fucking
There's like a 50% chance. There's like a 25% chance you just actually flat out die if you choose that option. Imagine
That'd
being
be
a
so
new
fun.
player and you get. Okay, here we go.
And you're just so confused. Actually, imagine being an older player. Imagine like doing that 3 times and then all of a sudden your character just die. Like, what did I do wrong? Anyways, go, Leo. He disappeared.
He's dead.
Alright, heart attack
Murder,
episode
heart
part 2.
attack.
The class goes on lazily. I think I'm starting to get into the rhythm of the school. I even stopped worrying about taking notes and being overly attentive. The first days I was pretty high-strung in class. Jesus Christ.
In chat.
Muto finishes his lecture about electricity earlier, but continues without a pause about the festival.
So, as you know, the festival is on the day after tomorrow. I hope everyone's projects are gonna be successful this year. Have a good time. But also come Sunday, please keep the meaning of this festival in your minds.
Games and fried food!
Everyone bursts out laughing in laughter, and so do I.
Yes, thank you, Mikado. But what
Sorry. I didn't even try and press
that's-
that.
I mean, it doesn't matter.
Come on.
It achieved the same
I
effect.
mean, yeah,
It basically did.
meaning is this thing.
The remainder of his sentence is buried beneath the ring of the lunch bells, and everyone starts packing their things. Muto deliberates for a moment, but since almost nobody seems to pay attention anymore, he gives up and sits down. It's crowded in the hallway, or as crowded as hallways in the school probably get. Most of the students seem to be heading down for the cafeteria. Normally, I'd join the flow and grab a lunch for myself, but we can skip now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this conversation. That is still so fucking funny to pair to be roommates.
Oh, yeah. On one hand, it makes sense, and on the other hand, you're right. It's absolutely
Maybe they'll combine
Wait!
at some point.
Steven Universe fusion.
Fucking
What?
Voltron.
What's up, Leo?
Wait.
Did we fuck it up again?
I'm checking.
Do we have to start over from the beginning?
We
Some
screwed it
slack.
up again.
Because we avoided the conversation, but then we also didn't do anything with Hanukkah in any
Training
way
equals
whatsoever.
true, which would
What?
be exercise. Are you fucking serious?
Are there rain indicators for whether?
Wait,
or not
why
we
does
made it?
this? Why did they set it up? Okay, so if you
That's
go,
correct.
if you select go for it, you're locked out of every route other than Shizune's.
What? Wait.
If you select
on.
go for it, you are locked out of every route other than Shizune's.
This would have been
Why?
nice to know. Fucking 30 decisions ago.
Who decided that? It wasn't actually that long ago, so we're fine. But still,
Well, I mean, it was when. we
No,
first did
it was long ago
We haven't
because
saved
now
them.
I have to reset all the way back.
well,
Oh, we should save more. Jeez.
It wouldn't have been an issue though, under normal circumstances. So now we have to go all the way back to
Shoujo.
alright,
isn't it
This
is
something where
it is it
Kenji
lunch
exists,
evolution?
there are
It's
no
lunch
levels
evolution
in
theory.
this.
So we go to lunch evolution theory, we go read my book,
your book, homie.
we go skip mode. Alright, how was your
Talk
day?
about whatever
How was
we want.
everyone's days?
Yeah, exactly.
I just want to be a proper Texan.
That's just got a song.
I just wanna be a proper
I don't know if I said this before, but the music of this game reminds me of Scribble Knots.
Understand? I think
I
you
don't
did, and I
remember
still
that.
agree.
I don't remember the music of Scribble Knots, but I feel like you're right anyway.
I mean, it wasn't iconic or anything like that, but I don't know how
Yeah,
to describe it.
the music is probably the thing people remember least from that game.
I'd like to take the time to say that Dr. Maruki has been moved up to S tier. His boss theme is top 5 in the game. Alright. Awesome, CD. Glad to hear. Fuck, I said
His name
Maruki
is
again
Dr.
because the
Maruki?
game poisoned my brain with incorrect Japanese pronunciations.
Maruki?
Maruki is how you technically pronounce it.
Maruki.
Mr. Maruki?
Maraku?
Morocco.
Anyways, we have a decision.
This one we still go yes
Me.
on.
Yeah.
We go skip mode.
Wait, so what did we possibly fuck up?
So when you say go for it and
Running.
you
Go
decide
for
to
it.
run with all your strength, that locks you onto Emi's route or Shizune if you have enough points
Oh.
with her.
Oh, okay. I thought
That's
it was
dumb, but
just Shizune.
I get that's actually understandable because we have 2 days left in the fucking till the festival, and we were asleep for half of it, so that does kind of make sense. Still stupid.
Wait. Oh god. Okay, go. Please let this go.
Oh shit, hold on.
Yeah, where's our cat JPEG?
Cat
My
JPEG is back.
reaction to that information.
I want to see it in all of its glory.
Yes.
Yes.
Though to be fair, it goes so fast.
JPEG.
It goes.
Oh yeah, but it's still funny.
So here. Oh wait, did you take?
Cut me and Lily some slack.
We are so bad at this. And I've played
that's
this
why we have
game
so
like
many
3
people.
times before.
We're helping run paint. And then we go running tomorrow.
CD's about to have an AO3 account, and I could not be more proud of him.
What the hell is AO3?
Archive of Our Own. It's a fan fiction website. He wrote like a crack fic for my Persona 5 playthrough. And so he's posting it on
You need to
AO3.
explain
Take
what
it easy.
crack fic means to the audience.
Fanfic on crack.
That's.
And then we choose Take It
If
Easy.
I did it just well.
I let Emmy go with her own pace, and she doesn't show mercy, pulling half a lap ahead of me in an instant. I don't blame her. I mean, it's not as if I'm really putting up any sort of real fight out here, is it? Instead, I'm just running at a steady pace, which is what I should be doing, right? There's no need to go pushing my limits at this stage of the game. God, is this even worth it? As we finish the second lap, I break off again. Emmy keeps going, and it almost seems to me that she's disappointed. Well, that's stupid. I don't have anything to prove to her. Come to think of it, I've got nothing to prove to myself either. I'm fine just the way I am. And what I'm not is a runner. Fucking ableist ass. No, you're not. This is probably a bad idea.
Oh,
Maybe there's something else I can do instead of this. Getting up this early sucks anyways. There's gotta be some other way to keep healthy. Walking, maybe? Nice afternoon walks? Yeah, that sounds good. Running isn't for me. I wave to Emmy and head back to my room. I'll think of something else later.
That one moment. Wait, what happened there?
Back in my room, the first thing I see is the familiar row of medication bottles. Hold on, let's check if we can skip from here. No, we cannot. Okay.
Probably not.
Because I think we're in a completely different branch of the game now. So
yes, we are. We successfully did not have a second
we
heart attack.
successfully didn't. So if you don't go for it, and then Shizune is not greater than 1, then it takes you to no, which takes... Are we in Mind Your Step? Or an invisible hat? Fuck, alright. Maybe we're in the right place, maybe we're not. I guess we'll find out.
We're going forward anyway.
Back in my room, the first thing I see is the familiar row of medication bottles lined up on my dresser. And it makes me depressed, as usual. It's annoying. I thought I was okay. Thought I'd made peace with this thing, gotten over it. But what I really did, I allowed myself to forget that I have a problem. Being here really reminds me of the reality, and trying to fight against it just hurts. Reflecting on it is only going to do so much. I've done this before, for months. It seems like it's time to get over it. If I allow myself to forget that my life is definitely not going to be as long as those of others, I won't get anywhere. My life may be different from others, but it is a life in progress. That's how I'll rationalize it. I down the usual handful of pills, trying to push the sudden dreary feeling out of my head. Then I prepare to head out to class early, as usual. As I step into the hallway, I notice Kenji coming out around the hallway corner, stealthily making his way over to his room with a large bag. As he sneaks past me soundlessly like a ninja hiding in plain sight, I call out to him. Hey.
Don't.
He jumps at the sound of my voice.
He saw you, jerk. Alright. Oh, hey, man. I didn't notice you there. I'm really tired.
I think it's more like he didn't see me, but that's not the issue. Where have you been this early? Shopping?
Yeah, I wasn't shopping. Sometimes I have to visit the math teacher. Yeah, I figured it'd be a good idea to find out when the next exam is, since he tells you in advance if you're blind.
So then what's in the bag?
Math textbook. I thought I'd go shopping while I was outside. I need supplies to continue to fight against the vast feminist conspiracy.
Okay. I thought you didn't go outside.
I wear a hat now.
I decide to not point out that he's not wearing a hat. An awkward silence settles between us, and then Kenji breaks it by pushing his door open slowly, releasing a creaking sound into the air that only makes the moment seem more awkward. He sets the bag down inside his room and then closes the door. I'm surprised you went out of your way to find a test date. Trying to take advantage of an opportunity to study is pretty diligent.
I never study.
Oh.
I just wanted to know when the test day was. I'm still going to take it. I need to know so I don't know what a day I can't afford to skip class. It usually sends out updates on that crap by phone, so I have to step out and check up on it.
And why did you have to go out when you can get it on your phone?
I don't carry a phone.
What do you mean you don't carry a phone? You mean you just leave it at home?
Nah, I don't use phones. I don't have phones. I have no phone.
Why don't you have a phone? How can you not have a phone? No phone at all? No phone?
I just don't like phones. Actually, I'm kind of scared of them. I don't know why. I think it's some sort of repressed. But basically, when I hear a phone, I get nervous. My darkest secret. I have two theories on it. Either I have some fear of receiving some undefined, ominous, life-altering doom call, or was beaten with a phone in the past. Beaten so badly I can't remember it.
Beaten in the head?
Well, where else could I get beaten with a phone that would make me unable to remember it? Yes. What?
Unexpectedly logical. I feel depressed. I feel very depressed now. Sensing this conversation is more or less over, Kenji opens his door and prepares to head inside.
Yeah, I'm going to sleep, dude. Have a good one.
Class is gonna start in like 20 minutes.
I already did something today. I'm too tired to go to school. Hey, you need some lip balm? I accidentally bought two because I thought the store was selling the individual AA batteries.
Thanks, but no thanks.
Whatever, man.
He swiftly enters his lair, finally letting me go to class.
You were the one who engaged him. You could have left.
For a change, I'm not among the first ones to come to morning class. Instead, almost everyone else seems to be here already. I recognize most of my class by their faces now, though the names escape me still. CD really loves Kenji. The class goes on lazily. I think I'm starting to get into the rhythm of the school. I've even stopped worried about taking notes or being overly attentive. Can we skip this?
Well, yeah, I was about to say this is repeated. Yeah.
Oh?
Never mind, we can't. Peace out. I'm going to make you a one-time only super extra special lunch offer.
I no fucking way.
Emmy's made homemade lunch boxes, and the privilege of enjoying them in private with two beautiful beauties.
Are we sure we can't skip this one?
Bombshell.
We can in a second.
That's just
We can soon.
Okay, yeah.
Her overly flirtatious sales pitch. Oh my god. Her overly flirtatious sales pitch echoes in the hallway, a remarkable feat since it's full of people. Emmy strikes a very confident-looking pose, as though an attempt to one-up her own ridiculousness, puffing her very modest chest and making the V for victory sign with her hand. Why did I have so much trouble reading that sentence?
Sometimes you just do.
Sounds delicious. To what do I owe
You kind of look like this.
What do I owe this honor of being invited?
You're still there looking really lost and satisfied. I thought you could use some company.
True enough, CD.
Oh.
And who is the
Emperor.
is Hisawa the character we're gonna shit on incessantly?
I mean, he is the main character.
That is probably the most depressing reason imaginable.
So how about it? You're probably really lonely beneath that awful cafeteria food all alone otherwise.
Eh,
Kidding, I'm kidding.
sure, I'll have your lunch offer with pleasure.
Go to the roof,
The roof? Why the roof?
because that's where we eat lunch. And if I don't get up there, and then she'll probably wander off, and then I just know she'll go hungry because he never packs a lunch for himself.
Who will?
Come with me.
Without answering my question or waiting for a response, she grabs me by the arm and drags me through the hallways. I attempt to make conversation on the way. Why do you have an extra lunch? Hermie smiles guiltily.
Actually, it's yesterday's lunch. I slept in a run at lunch and forgot to eat it.
Huh. The stairway to the roof is a little dilapidated, but it's clearly been used recently. At the top of the stairs is a door, complete with a missing padlock. I wonder who the intrepid individual who was that removed the lock. Emmy shoves the door open and steps beaming into the sunlight. Suddenly, a tall, dark stranger. Can we skip now?
Yes!
Hey, how tall is Ren supposed to be?
Taller than Emmy.
7'6".
Emmy is supposed to be, like, insanely short.
I'll pull that up right now.
Wiki time.
Ah, yes, the roof. Ah, alright. Now I know we're on the right path.
Yes! Finally!
Emmy is 151 centimeters, while Rin is 161 centimeters.
That's a lot of centimeters.
So that Emmy is 4'9.5 feet, so pretty much 5 feet. Meanwhile, Rin is 5'2", almost 5'3".
Wait,
Wow.
so
A tall
Rin
and
is-
imposing stranger.
wait. How tall is he sound?
He's out not listed.
What?
It's literally not listed. It only lists the girls'
He's
height.
as tall as the game needs him to be.
So
I
we
guess
can be
that's-
off model when the illustrators get lazy.
Yep.
I guess I need to buy some supplies. Can't live off cafeteria food and eating out for my entire stay here. As I leave for the gate, I make a few loud stretches to try and stave off the tiredness that's accumulated over the week. After passing through and rounding the corner, though, I see a solitary figure walking downhill towards the small town below. The color of her hair and tapping of her cane are unmistakable. I quickly walk up to her, which seems to catch her attention without a word needing to be said. Hi, Lily. She takes a moment to place the voice, slightly adjusting her head to face a bit more towards the source of my voice as she does.
Isao?
Yep, that's me. She seems to have a good memory for voices. The fact that she actually remembered is a pleasant surprise.
Good evening. What brings you here?
Once again, she gives a small, polite bow, and once again, I reply in kind before realizing that I needn't do so. Just going into town. You?
My, what a coincidence.
Doing the same thing, eh?
I usually go shopping on Fridays.
She pauses for a moment, suddenly looking a little lost.
That said, Hanako usually comes into town with me.
Ah, not lost, but worried. The two do seem to keep pretty close tabs on one another. It's kind of surprising that Hanako would just forget Lily like that. I noticed her reading in the library. She probably just got caught up in a book. She lets out a small sigh of relief.
Thank you. She has a habit of doing that.
Avid reader?
Right. She doesn't like being around crowds of people, so reading away from everyone lets her relax a bit.
Although she probably didn't intend it, I can't help but grimace as I recall my first meeting with her. Hardly wanting to bring it up, I remain silent as we quietly continue to walk down the quiet road. Tack, 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 tack. Oh, hello?
Hi.
Oh,
Like
I was like, did Caprese pull a fast one on us?
Oh?
No.
With the road bereft of cars and the students of Yamaku increasingly far behind us, the quiet rustling of the leaves and the measured tapping of Lily's cane against the sidewalk are all that can be heard. It's kind of nice, especially compared to the hustle and bustle of where I used to live. Oh my god. Before I know it, I've relaxed so much that a loud yawn escapes before I can control it.
Tired?
Yeah, been running ragged these past 2 days. That's an understatement, to be sure. Transferring into a different school would be bad enough, but nothing like this.
hopefully everything should settle down for you. The festival's got everyone in a spin right now, and you've been plopped right in the middle of things.
For a moment I hesitate, but given her apparent tolerance for frankness, I decide to give my full thoughts. I guess. Yamaku's kinda different, though. I mean, the formality surrounding everything, the isolation around it, not to mention the most obvious difference. It's kind of a whole different mindset. I suppose I'll get used to it in time, though. She gives a matter-of-fact nod, apparently pleased with my answer. It feels almost as if she's included me in the flock of students she's shepherding, along with Class 3-2 and Hanako. Hold on.
Yeah, you said hold.
No, I stopped talking because I was confused.
Do you think we're on her route
Huh?
now? Do you think we're
Nope.
on Lily's route?
It's just I remember there being a scene earlier and we didn't see it. Oh. I think I know why.
We're on
Care
red.
to elaborate?
Okay, remember lunch evolution theory?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so to get on Hanako and Lily's route, you have to have 2 points with them by a certain deviation in the story.
Too late?
We got 1 point a while back by saying that Hanako was cute when talking to Kenji, if you remember that.
I figured
You also get a point with them if you ask about the library in that first conversation with Shizune way at the beginning of the game. Then to get the scene that I was confused about, you have to have less than 2 points with Shizune, which we did not.
We didn't do that.
And so if you have 2 points with Shizune, you can sort of get this like middle of the road option where you don't get Hanako and Lily's scene, and you also don't get Shizune and Misha's scene. And so we went on the middle of the road option, so we saw neither of those two special scenes. One of them locks you onto one of them locks you onto the Shizune path, the other one locks you onto the Hanako Lily path. So we took the middle of the road option, which then means that whoever we chose, well, actually, it means a variety of things. It means that we had more options, basically.
Wait.
That being said, back to the game. The reason I brought it up is that this line is actually referencing. This line makes a lot more sense if you've seen the scene that I was talking about, and so I was a little confused why they were saying this and we hadn't seen the scene yet.
Gee.
Anyways,
It does get a little confusing after so many reasons.
well, not that I mind. It's nice to get the thoughts off of my chest in any case.
Looking on the bright side, one can see it as a chance for a new beginning. You should cherish the ability to make new friends.
That's optimistic. Nonetheless, it's good to have a positive attitude about such things, I suppose. I guess that's a good take on it. Walking on down the road, she seems to become somewhat unsettled. Before I can ask her what's on her mind, she seems to collect herself and speaks up about something else.
So, where in town were you going?
That's actually a pretty good question. I'd come in to buy food, but the layout of the place is still totally foreign to me. I had intended to just wander around and see what I could find, but with the sunset already approaching and nightfall not too far away, that doesn't seem very wise. I'm gonna have to ask her for directions. Again. I was just going to get some food, but now that you mention it, I don't really know the way.
Well now, this is quite lucky. I was just about to go to the convenience store myself.
Looks like I'll be in your care again, then. Thanks. Together we walk to the store. My pace is carefully slowed to remain beside her. Compared to my usual walking pace, hers is quite a bit slower. Not that it's without reason. After what couldn't be more than several minutes, I catch sight of our objective. This town really is pretty small. Without further ado, we make our way inside with a greeting from the counter.
Mind if I tag along with you? Usually Hanako would help me, but seeing as she's not here...
It takes a moment before I realize
do.
what she means. Considering she wouldn't be able to read any of the labels, shopping without any help would be a big pain for her. That said, I can't shake the feeling that she'd have... That being said, I can't shake the feeling that she'd had this idea since I said I was coming here. Sure, it'd be my pleasure. I grabbed 2 well-used red baskets from the small stack beside the entrance, handing one to Lily. She lays it on the ground, putting her school bag in, retracting her cane, and sliding it through the basket's handles before picking it back up in her right hand. Wait, if she doesn't use her cane... Before I can complete the thought, she comes beside me and pinches the cuff of my uniform in her slender fingers.
Is this alright?
Ah, sure. I have no reason not to accept. I can think of worse things than shopping with a pretty girl holding onto me, even if it is out of necessity. We navigate our way through the store, with not one of the occasional passing customers seeming to bat an eyelid. Considering how close Yamaku is, I guess seeing students from there must be entirely normal for the local residents. As we reach each aisle, I quickly check with Lily to find out what she needs. I grab it along with what I'm looking for, and put her items into their respective baskets. I guess it's the same routine she and Hanako follow every Friday. Right, all that's left is the bread, and that should be my shopping done. Do you need anything else, Lily?
No, this should be everything.
Off we go then. With a quick side trip to the bakery section, we make our way to the registers. The line, thankfully, is almost non-existent. It's not long before we both paid for our food and are out of the door. As Lily retrieves her cane and extends it to full length, I waste a minute looking upwards at the night sky while holding both our bags. For a moment I try to make clouds with my breath, but the summer's heat doesn't seem to cooperate. Eventually she rights herself, taking a quick stretch before taking her bags and taking her bag and leaving me to my 2. You tired as well?
The festival preparations have been complete chaos. Shizune breathing down my neck doesn't exactly help things either.
Hey, she's only trying to get everything organized. Better now than later, right?
I suppose. I'm going to enjoy relaxing in town tomorrow, that's for certain.
Guess the festival preparations must be taking their toll on the both of them. We walk out into the quiet street, talking between ourselves as we carry our bags of food and supplies from the store. Wait, what's that? I notice a very distinctive figure making its way towards us, silhouetted by the street lamps. For a second, I think it's another male student from my class, but as he, or should I say she, gets closer, I recognize her quickly. Rin? What are you doing out here so late?
Rin?
Lily perks her head, looking like she's trying to focus on listening more keenly. It suddenly comes to me that I should probably interpret the scene for her. It's Rin Tezuka, I think was her last name, from our school. She stiffens at the name and gives a complicated-looking expression, something like a forced fusion of a composed smile and a painful cringe.
Ah, I understand.
I guess Lily knows Rin, too. Rin turns to look at us, looking terribly out of it. I'm not entirely sure if she recognizes either of us, or at least she doesn't acknowledge it if she does. She looks like a zombie. Or a statue? A statue of a zombie?
Zombie of a statue.
But slowly, some symptoms of understanding seem to light in her dark eyes. This is something she must react to. Rin blinks once, very thoroughly.
Hello?
There's an awkward pause, everyone waiting for someone else to say something. What are you doing here this late?
I was wondering about that myself, too. Just now. Some people asked that just before. I assume they are wondering the same. What are you, fucking amnesiac? I didn't know. I didn't know either. I asked. So I'm wondering. That was pretty much it. It's a murder mystery without a murder. They were going that way.
She turns facing to her right in order to demonstrate the direction the other people went to, as if that was important, then rotates back like a mechanical puppet in one of those overly complicated clockworks. For a person who gives an impression of being the quiet type, Green really does use a lot of words to say things that don't need to be said. Wait. Green really does use a lot of words to say things that don't need a lot to be said. Unsure if she's finished, I say nothing. Neither does Lily, who seems equally robbed of words for the time being. I think that both of us are, in fact, just scared that any response might provoke her to continue. Our stupefied lack of reaction doesn't faze Reen at all. She keeps looking at us expectantly, a calm hint of expression on her blank face. She seems to be that kind of person, always so relaxed, as if bull elephant grade sedatives were flowing in her veins in the place of blood.
You have amnesia. I don't recall you having anything of the sort, though.
No, I don't think that's it. The other passerbys were probably just worried, though. You do look really lost, the way you're standing in the middle of the street.
Oh, I see. Maybe I should have taken some other kind of pose in that case.
I ponder for a while whether I should chase this angle further or give up for the sake of my own sanity. I decide on the latter. Seems that most of the time it's better to not read too deeply into what Reen is babbling about. Talking with Reen is like playing chess with a supercomputer who does seemingly completely random moves as if to mock everything you know about chess. It's like that, except with human interactions. And even if I win, it feels like losing. Damn, it's just like Kenji said. Even when I win, I lose. Is this the power of the girls of Yamaku?
Go ahead.
I push the thought aside as too dangerous to consider further. It's probably just Kenji's anti-female propaganda getting to me during a moment of weakness. Yeah, maybe taking another pose might have worked. So anyway, you have no idea what you're doing here? She frowns, looking extremely displeased at either my question, its consequences, or the answer she's about to give.
My fault.
No, you
I do, right? Some I do. I can't really tell what time it is.
That sounds like progress, at least.
Lily sounds as if she's spotted an opening for some kind of discernibly normal conversation. I can't say I share her optimism.
Yep, there's some. Definitely. The rest will come late. I'm sure I always have reasons.
The ensuing silence kills Lily's hope all too visibly. That didn't last long. Reen's, as far as I can tell, unbased assurances aside, what should be done? We could just leave her to her own devices, whatever those are, but it's late and I don't think we'll be getting any thanks if Rin is found standing here in the middle of the night. Which she probably will, unless she manages to remember what she was doing here in the first place. As for me trying to guess what might have been going on in her mind when she decided to embark on this adventure, the chances seem to be on par with winning the lottery. Several times in a row. Lily is oddly quiet, too. I'd appreciate some support from the sidelines here, especially if she's more familiar with Reen than I am. But it can't be helped. It seems her familiarity with Reen is exactly why she's staying subdued. So, I assume you were going somewhere, not coming back to the school? Any idea where? Her eyes widen in shock, and she jolts back in a somewhat artificial way, make it seem like an act rehearsed for situations like this.
You don't mind reading? Is that your disability? How unique.
No. What?
Disability.
Why would you think that?
I can read that.
You knew what I was doing.
It was just an educated guess. We walked this same street in the other direction just before to get to the store. Hold on, I accidentally hit mute. If you were going to the school, we would have met on the way.
Oh.
She looks a little disappointed. Like Kenji, Reen appears quick to jump to completely irrational conclusions. Maybe it's something in the water here. Make a mental note to stock up on soft drinks. You know, that is the second time this week that someone asked if I was a mind reader. Do I really give off that impression? Reen shrugs her shoulders, which is all the answer I get. You know.
Maybe you should come with us back to the school?
Lily interjects just as I'm about to further debunk my alleged mind-reading capabilities. She sounds rather concerned, the paper-thin smile on her face badly disguising that fact. Maybe she came to the same conclusion as I did. For everyone's sake, I decided to let the mind-reading topic drop, as it's entirely inane anyways. Yeah, Lily's right. If you can't remember, there's no point staying here. Green considers this rather simple deduction for a moment, then nods.
Okay.
We start towards the school again, having wasted way more time
And
than...
we get hit by a car. It's an isekai.
Isekai. It was an isekai this whole... This has all been a 5-hour... This has all been like a 6-hour setup for an isekai.
I wouldn't doubt it with some of these fucking visual novels.
I'm looking at you, Muv-Love.
Oh, what?
Don't get me started on Muv-Love.
Don't get him started.
We start towards the school again, having wasted way more time than necessary with this episode. Green walks along the edge of the sidewalk in her arrhythmic way, looking like a mix of a sleepwalker and a rope dancer, while Lily keeps one hand on my shoulder, tapping the ground with her cane. Tap, step, step, tap, tap, step, step, step. Apart from that, and a few fragmented beginnings of conversation, it's quiet. Quite apart from the quite apart from the relaxing one in town at that. So, how's the mural going?
Fucking. You're gonna get bad luck. Never talk about words of proudness.
I'm sure it'll be wonderful.
Bad luck.
Tap, step, tap, step. She doesn't care to talk about it. Lily's politeness feels out of place for the first time. Step, step, step. The hill Yamaku rests on top of is surprisingly steep, going uphill. We slow the pace, but I still feel my pulse rising and breathing getting heavier. Almost there. I can see the gates already. More than that, though, I notice that Lily's hand slightly tightens on my shoulder. Interpreting it as a gesture that she wants to ask something, I speak up. Anything wrong, Lily? I resist the urge to say, aside from our traveling companion, but only just. For a moment she seems to debate whether she should even bring it up, but goes for it anyway.
Is everything alright?
Alright? How do you mean? The fact I can't interpret her incredibly vague question puts her off for a second.
It's just... you seem unusually tired, I guess.
Now that she brings it up, I notice that my breathing is strangely heavy. The uphill walk has really done a job on me. Lily noticed it all too quickly. This...
Voice
I say
time.
we
I
bring it
assume if we bring it up, we're gaining Lily points.
Well, do you want
We
me to
need
tell
Lily
you?
points for Hanako points.
Do you
So,
want me to tell
I'm
you?
just
We
gonna
want
say-
them to tell him, it might be nice.
If
they're
you
trying
guys
to
are
get
trying to
across,
get on a
but
specific route, then I should
Wait.
probably tell
My
you.
heart goes,
Okay,
sorry,
first,
I'm not very
before we say anything,
honest.
I just want to say, last time we opened about our condition, we fucking cussed out Shizune and lost her entirely. Ended up getting on the death route.
Yeah.
So, half the time we make a choice, it's not the choice we wanted to make. So, which one
That's
should we do?
very true. I also
It's
don't
actually
know,
kind of
you know,
weird because Shizune's route, to get on Shizune's route, you have to be very deliberate about not bringing up your condition to Shizune.
Why?
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess, yeah, it means there's something important going on with it later, but...
I think it's more about Shizune's
I-
mindset, the sort of like, don't be impeded.
That we're a failure?
No, more like don't be impeded by your condition or what have you.
Perhaps.
I don't have any evidence to support that, but I feel like that might be what they were going for with that.
Okay. My instinct is to bring it up. But you're right,
Fuck.
it
You
could
know
have
what?
to
I'm
be
just gonna tell you guys this. Because if you choose
not
the
voting.
wrong
Yeah.
option, we
Make
get on
sure
the
we're
bad
not.
ending again.
Okay.
For
Yeah.
fuck's sake.
Yeah, just tell.
We're supposed to
How about
say
this? Here's
this.
a rule from now on. Here,
If
wait,
it's-
what did you?
Pick the top one. Sorry, I'm not.
Wait.
You're supposed to
Oh,
bring it
okay.
up.
I was gonna say, how about this from now on? don't tell us unless it gets us a Kenji ending.
Don't kill us
So
unless
if it's a Kenji ending, just go ahead and warn us. Hey,
Don't pick this option. You're going to end up with Kenji again. Shizune's
wanna
probably
die?
sad. Yes, we're going for the Hanako route, CD. Do you want to die? Alright, here we go. It's alright. I just need to catch my breath. My condition isn't the best these days.
Oh.
Is it something that is related to you being transferred here? I mean...
She cuts herself off rather abruptly, maybe realizing she was being a bit intrusive. Her instincts are sharp, though, and while I don't like the subject, it's not like I should lie about it. If it's Lily, I don't think I mind. I'm just a little weak for the time being.
Hanako said you look fairly healthy, so I naturally thought...
Lily doesn't finish her sentence again, letting it trail off with a measure of concern. As she furrows her brow, Lily's uncomfortable expression spurs me to say at least something to ease her feelings. It's surprising she's this flustered, considering her straightforward attitude with her own blindness. She must know that not all share her own comfort about such things. No, it's okay. I have a pretty... I guess the best way to put it would be messed up heart. Arrhythmia. I had a bad heart attack a while ago because of it, and I spent most of the spring in the hospital. Ended in Yamaku on doctor's orders. She silently nods her head in acknowledgement. My answer, though, only seems to make Lily furrow her brow even further. She doesn't seem to quite know how to react, given we don't really know each other that well. Can't really fault her for it, given I have the exact same reaction. While I do want to assuage her concerns, I really don't want to dwell on this either. Don't worry about it. I try to offer a reassuring smile, but then realize the futility. Without knowing this, Lily smiles at me reassuringly, but doesn't say anything further. Arriving at the dorms, Reen stops in front of her mule as if lightning struck her. She'd been so quiet for almost all of the walk back that I had all but forgotten she was here.
Oh, it's Friday, isn't it?
Yes, Friday, the 8th of June.
What is that confused face? This is bad.
Bad? Why?
I think I'm gonna go in a fetal position and throw up, possibly in reverse order.
Is something wrong?
No, nothing's wrong. Friday, nothing's wrong. It's mirror. It's gonna be finished by Sunday, so everything's alright. Oh, shit, I'm trying to like manage to kind of. Do you have any drugs or like time machine? This is not good. Not good.
So she's behind her schedule. Recalling Shizune's exasperation at Rin's carefree attitude several days ago, I don't know what to think. She has left herself open for a told you so unless she can pull off whatever she needs to pull off by Sunday morning. Rin keeps staring at her mule, looking as mortified as she can.
Leave me. I'm gonna need to work for a while.
I glance at Lily, expecting her to share an incredulous look with me as I roll my eyes, but then I realize she's not one to do that kind of thing.
Leave me.
We do, of course, not wanting to aggravate her any more than she already is. There's a churning of a bad feeling in my gut. Rin sure has a knack of making people feel worried about her. She seems like a person who should never be left alone. Maybe we should call someone? She sounded like she was going into shock or something.
I'm sure she will be just fine. She's just, how to say?
Lily cocks her head a little, trying to find a polite way of calling Rin crazy without calling her crazy. Unique?
Eccentric.
Unique.
Yes, a very unique person.
I guess you could say that. She giggles at the notion melodiously, nodding in agreement.
Sorry about leaving you stranded as you talk to her. I don't really understand her, so I keep my distance.
So my guess was right. Lily offers a slight, apologetic smile as if she was sorry that her own shortcomings have prevented her from becoming closer to Rin. I'm not one to blame her. At all. Lily lets slip a long breath, probably a disguised yawn. I imagine she's as exhausted by all this as I am.
I'd better leave now and give these to Hanako. Thank you for the company, Hisao.
She smiles very sweetly at me. It feels different than normal, despite the fact that she seems to be smiling so often. I can't put my finger on what the difference is. It's just different. Relaxed, I'd say, but that's probably just relief over getting rid of Rin. Maybe. Yeah. Good night. Say hi to Hanako for me.
I will. Good night.
Just a heads up.
Yeah.
I have to hop off at around 10 because they're having me wake up at 7 a.m. for my work, and I'm trying to get a good night's rest.
Yes. What normal people do when they have work in the morning.
Yeah, if it were 8:30, then I'd say go fucking balls to the walls. 7 is like I can wake up. Doesn't matter how much sleep I get. I can wake up at 8 o'clock. 7 o'clock, I need to actively force myself.
Well, see, I have to get up at 5 in the morning for work, and then I regularly stay up till like 1 in the morning anyways, so... We'll talk later. Whiskers is about to lecture me.
Have a nice discussion.
How do you exist on that little sleep?
I don't. I pretend. I would love you guys to see a proper version of the festival, and I think we can if we go fast enough.
Be fast, go.
The students roll into class for the Saturday morning session, each and every one of them sporting the tired eyes of people who have worked through the night. With only a day left to prepare, I suppose it's not so surprising. Thankfully, we only have to suffer through classes until the lunch break, and then our time is our own. Muto lurches into class in a tired stagger. I suppose students aren't the only people here that enjoy their late Friday nights. Without saying a word, he scrawls some page and question numbers on the board and slumps down at his desk. It's completely atypical behavior for him, but it appears that no one in class is going to call him out on it. Wordlessly, the students shuffle their textbooks into position and get to work. Not wanting to break the trend, I do the same. Fatigue has made the class antisocial. Not a peep is heard among the ruffling papers. That can be partly attributed to the 2 empty seats beside me. For some reason, Misha and Shizune aren't present, probably doing council work for the festival. Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Oh, damn, we only got a few lines. Muto stands in the hallway, scratching his head as he works out what he's trying to say. Not knowing what is going on, I wait silently. Oh, I know why this is going on. Okay, so in the conversation we had with him last time, we were in the timeline where we race Emmy, and so first he asks us about the heart attack, and then he goes back into a different part of his spiel. This time he's just skipping to the second part, but there's a couple in between lines that we haven't gotten before.
Dumb, but alright.
So, tell me, how are things?
Things? Now can we skip? Not quite. Okay. I expected Muto to be a little vague, but this is pushing the limits.
You know, things. We've had a week to settle in now. So how are things?
Fine, I guess.
I see. And how is your condition?
The pause before condition seemed a little unnecessary. Haven't had any problems so far. A brief shimmer of relief passes across Muto's face.
Like the Emmy route.
Good, that's good. The school nurse was a little concerned that you might have been pushing yourself a bit too hard. He asked me to keep an eye on you when he couldn't.
That makes sense.
I'd ask that you don't blow us off so freely. As much as we try to give you the level of education that you would get at a normal school, you have to realize that you have limits. Our goal is to make sure that you know where those limits are, and how to maximize the potential within them.
Feel like we can do skip now? No, god damn it.
You follow me?
I guess. I mean, I don't plan on doing anything stupid.
Well, that's a start, I guess. So then, On to my
Now
next
we can
question.
skip. I promise. Okay, I was right.
Yeah.
After about 10 minutes of restlessly shuffling in her seat and trying to read, Hanako closes her book and leaves too. As should I, since the assignment is all but finished and there's nothing left to do in the classroom. Not that I have anything to do anywhere else either. The school is a beehive of activity, but nobody pays me any heed. I saunter past classrooms filled with students frantically doing this and that, buzzing around like little worker bees. You wouldn't guess the school day is over. It's a bit quieter outside, but not by much. People zip by, left and right, hurrying as quickly as they can, busy and energetic. Okay. I feel the opposite. The midnight sun seems to be draining all the spirit out of my body, making it feel limp all over. Warm, soft air flows inside my shirt, feeling like a cushion. I yawn lazily, thinking about what I'd do. I'll drop off my books at the dorms first, and then something I haven't decided yet. Maybe Kenji's in his room. On the way to the dorms, I spot Emmy coming my way, running despite not having those weird prosthetics on. I wave at her and she skids to a stop.
I guess she's got like normal prosthetics on her.
No fucking way. I refuse to believe that we messed up again.
We messed up again? We haven't had any choice.
Dude, are we on a ring route right
We
now?
might be stuck on Reen route. I need to go make sure we're not so that we don't go further down this.
I mean, if we're on Rim Route,
Expectancy,
Just give up.
reward.
And go Renmere.
Detour ahead. It builds character. Waylay the other green. The running girls hope. Cold war. Proof of competency. Event horizon. Above and beyond. Things you can do. Exercise. Invisible hat. Slow recovery. No recovery.
What?
Foot and mouth. Mind your steps.
Whoa.
Support and
There's a
aesthetic.
lot of stuff. Don't panic.
Don't. Okay. I can't.
We're panicking on it.
I think we're fine.
Alright, let's just. Do you just want to go and we end up where we end
Uh.
up? As long as it's
As
not
long as it's
anything.
not Kenji's. But yeah, I guess we'll just go for now.
yeah, I have no disagreements doing Rim Route.
I mean, it's.
I
voiced by Kane
almost
and
am
voiced
positive we should be on Hanako and Lily's route, but we'll see.
by- Don't worry about it. Let's just go.
Alright, sounds good.
He said the line.
Spatters of white and green paint adorn her nose and chin, respectively, but her smile is wide, as it always seems to be. She leans closer to me, amplifying the feeling she is examining me.
What you doing?
Nothing, really. I don't have anything to do for the festival, and everyone else seems to be doing something important.
It's perfect. Then you can help me and me.
With the festival preparations? I'm not sure if I would be much help.
Fine, I'm not much help either.
Emmy grabs my wrist and starts dragging me back inside the school, quite forcefully. Even her walking speed is more like jogging, making me stumble over myself simply trying to keep up. The stairs slow Emmy down a little bit. Maybe it's hard to climb with her legs, or maybe she's finally run out of breath. We go all the way back to the third floor and to the seniors' hallway, ending up where I left 5 minutes ago. I could just as well have stayed here waiting for Emmy had I known. So, is Reen working on that mural still?
That's right. She needs all kinds of paints and brushes and stuff, so I went to get them from the art class.
I need to turn up Whiskers in the balance. There we go.
I messed with my audio settings earlier, like
Oh,
a
okay.
whole bunch, so they may be messed up now.
And you need me to help with that.
Well, Rin told me you already helped her, so I thought you wouldn't mind.
I see. So, thanks to Emmy's flaky logic, here I am again, collecting stuff from the art classroom for other people. The room is empty apart from ourselves and the lonely specks of dust floating in the air. Emmy skips straight away to the back wall, digging out a tiny crumpled piece of paper from her pocket. The Rin route is not such a bad thing, CD. I don't know how long ago you said that, but...
Yeah, the Rin Route was our second pick.
Rin route, I kind of debate whether or not Reen or Lily is my second favorite route. Reen's route is just kind of out there thematically, like more so than the rest of the game, so it's just harder to like formulate an opinion on, I think, but I do remember it is really good. Well, she tries to make sense of the scrawled handwriting. I take a closer look at the materials lying around here. Dozens of paint cans and bottles are arranged on the shelves in a most unorganized fashion. Some look like they've been left there for several decades, relics of previous arts club generations. Next to the heavy stacks of neatly piled drawing paper are boxes full of different sized brushes and unsorted crayons. The smells of paints, turpentine, and fresh paper float in the stale air, mixing in my nostril to form that unmistakable scent of art. Amy studies her notes, comparing them to markings on the various paint cans, and passes them to me as she finds the correct matches. She stretches her neck to look on the topmost shelf, but it's not quite enough. Her eye level stays below the shelf no matter what she does. Amy gives up and just looks up to the shelf longingly, like a child at a toy store, huffing in annoyance. After a moment of building anger, she starts jumping up and down, apparently trying to speed read the labels during the fraction of a second she can see them, and catch what she can. It's no surprise that she fails miserably, and almost manages to bring the entire shelf crashing down. Now I see why me lending a hand here would be useful. Come on, let me do that. You can't jump high enough, and I don't want you to hurt yourself trying. Also, I'm like twice your height.
Okay, so like twice foot height, he's roughly 10 feet tall.
He's just like
We
smacking.
will narrow down Hisav's height by the end of this
We
year.
will have figured he saw his height out.
No, we're gonna geometrically calculate.
She turns around, flashing scorn, flushed cheeks and all. Just kidding, just kidding. Anyway, I'll look up there, okay? She glares at me one more time, but can't come up with a retort. With a grudging humph, she turns her back to me. So I begin scrounging around the top shelf for paint, while below, Emmy crouches to scavenge what she can from the cupboards. I shake my head a little, after double-checking to ensure she can't see me do so. Emmy having a complex about her height was a surprise. I wouldn't have joked about it otherwise. She seems easygoing, but I guess everyone has their weak spots. Only after we have almost all the items collected and spread out on a desk like a treasure hunter's spoils do I realize that it wasn't necessarily the height jab that got her riled up. She might not like being told that she can't do something, like jump. But Emmy herself seems to have forgotten all about it already. Quick to anger, quick to forgive. Is she that type of person? At least she doesn't seem to have taken anything to heart, as she chatters away happily while we pick up the rest of the items and make our way back to Reen. I chivalrously carry the bulk of the materials as we make our way towards the dormitories.
Annie's really stressed out about getting her painting done. It's her own fault though. She should have started earlier.
Is she gonna make it?
No idea. That's good to me, but with Rin, you never know what's going on. I found her this morning lying in front of the dorm in fetal position. Oh no, she really did. She hadn't slept all night. Can't believe that the night nurses hadn't found her. Now she's painting again like crazy.
Yeah, I've noticed she comes off as kind of unhinged, so to speak. Emmy giggles at that, as well as to my likely too obvious awkwardness.
I did. She's just a little weird sometimes.
On that, I can agree with her. Unlike me, Emmy seems to be cool with Green's whatever it is that feels so off about her. Still, they don't feel close like Misha and Shizune do, with them working as a single entity sometimes. It's hard to say where one ends and the other begins. Even though they're so different, just like Emmy and Reen are. And Reen is the most different of all. Different from anyone else I've met. Yeah, I guess she's a very unique person. I return to that word again, as if it encompasses Reen's personality by itself, but really it's just a substitute for a lengthy description of her oddities. Emmy giggles as I grasp out for a properly descriptive word.
She's just weird. You know, earlier she spent half an hour sitting on a rock and stared at her toes.
She giggles again in a way that makes me think she doesn't know what's funny about it. It just is.
All that time.
The working area is a mess, but the mural itself has taken over even more of the wall since I last saw it. The disfigured human figures have been mostly colored in tones of red, pink, and orange. Weird, imaginary, things populating the spaces between them. It looks nice. I can't think of any word that would describe the work concisely and comprehensively, so I settle myself on a nondescript nice. But honestly, it seems that the area around the wall becomes untidier at the same rate the mural progresses. The ground is littered with dozens of paint cans, various art supplies, and empty soda bottles. Reen herself is in the center of this chaos, standing there looking very cozy as if she was a natural part of the scene. Her pant legs have been rolled up to her knees, exposing her thin legs which sport a drawing spectrum of war paintings, similar to those on Emmy's face. Emmy sprints to Rin ahead of me, gleefully jumps in front of her.
I'm back.
That was fast. Did you run in the corridors again?
Esau helped me.
Emmy points victoriously at me. Reen turns around, following Emmy's finger with her eyes, looking at my general direction. She nods absentmindedly at me. She looks like she hasn't slept since last night. A vacant, glazed stare that's focused slightly off me, and movements like in a slow-motion movie.
Hello, Esau. Thanks for the help.
Don't mention it.
I just did.
Never mind. Looks like you've made progress. Looking good as far as I can tell.
But now you get more bad luck.
I know, but I'm willing to take the risk.
It's a very nice thing to say. Me, but not for you. This is why artists are always unlucky. You constantly have to look at their unfinished paintings. So artists can't find romance. Your favorite TV shows are canceled, or they die young because of a one specific disease. It's a deep and mysterious law of the universe. Unless they are blind.
She considers this for a while, looking like she's going to fall asleep.
There's a boy. Can we skip this? I'm pretty sure.
No, we can't. It's
we
the
can't
joke
skip
is that she's repeating herself.
At the art club, you see, blind boy, where he doesn't see. Yeah, we've just restarted so many times. I thought it was the same route.
You already told me. I glance sideways at Emmy, and she glances back in a way that tells me she has heard this one before, too. Neither of us says anything to Rin, though, and she continues her monotone soliloquy like an unfunny stand-up comedian.
You become an artist. No bad luck, guaranteed. Don't you think that would be a good idea?
That only blind people should become artists? No, not as such.
You might have a point.
Abandoning this train of thought, she turns again to consider her work and starts humming a tune that I think I recognize but can't remember the name of. Emmy arranges the supplies we brought and moves a few paint cans around, trying to bring some organization to the scene.
I need the Prussian blue paint.
Which one's Prussian blue?
She is staring helplessly at 7 or 8 cans, each with a different tone of blue.
The one with the Prussian blue plankton.
Geez, Rin, you're not helping at all.
I look around as well, even though I don't know what Prussian blue looks like either. I wonder what blue has to do with Prussia. Or what Prussia even is. The name sounds vaguely familiar, but I can't place it. While none of the blues look more Prussian than the others, small print on the labels is legible enough to determine that none say anything about the contents being Prussian. There is no Prussian blue here.
Prussia is specifically a German state on the southeast coast of the Baltic Sea.
Interesting.
Oh,
Pog.
Emmy heaves a sigh.
you guys have to go back and get some. Promised help with our class project though, so I'll be back a bit later. Can you manage without it for a few hours?
Reen nods, and so Emmy leaves. I stay because I like watching Reen paint, and because I have nothing better to do. I sit on a box.
We totally locked ourselves.
Okay, so at this point, I am almost 100% sure that this guide is wrong. I think there is a second condition for getting on the Hanako and Lily route, and that condition is having seen that scene that I was telling you guys about a while back.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to get like 0 points with.
Yeah, isn't there a scene with Hanako and Lily where you go into the classroom? and help
Yep,
them out with the
that is
project?
exactly the scene I was talking about. So that scene is necessary.
Gotcha.
It doesn't say so on the flowchart, but I believe seeing that scene is necessary to get onto Lily and Hanako's route. And since we didn't see that, even though we should, I mean, according to my calculations, which I do not think are incorrect,
Professional calculations.
cut us some slack. Yeah, we got that one. We did.
You're doing this more.
We did say she was cute earlier, did we not? Like,
Yeah, we said Hanako was cute.
I feel like
yeah. And we asked about the library too at the beginning of the game, didn't we?
Yeah.
So that's 2 points with her.
I'll have to figure it out some other time.
Yeah.
For now, do we just want to continue on the win route?
Again, we just said we're going where we're going, Leo.
This game is fucking.
Here, 1
What
second,
the
give me a
hell?
minute, guys.
I think he's doing this more for himself.
Sorry, I totally am. I'm just this flowchart is totally wrong. I'm reading it again, and we should have had 2 Hanako points before a deviation that happened a long ass time ago. And because we didn't, okay. So way back during Lunch Evolution Theory, we should have had the choice to talk to Hanako, but we never did. So I guess that's where we're at right now. Anyways, we're on Reen's route. You guys are okay with that?
Yeah.
All right. Then forward we move. I sit on a box and pick up today's book from my bag. It's a story about 3 guys drinking beer for 2 weeks straight and doing little else. Reen moves from the spot that was in need of the blue and starts working on another. Her foot works the brush steadily against the plastered wall. Layers of paint on top of layers of paint. The mural slowly gains more form. I turn the pages at a leisurely pace. In this chapter, they are drinking beer at the protagonist's friend's place. In the previous ones, it was the protagonist's own apartment. It's not a page-turner kind of book. A slice of someone's imaginary life that makes me wonder why it had to be written. Why indeed? The reason for doing something creative. It's something incomprehensible. Like why Reen does paintings. It feels like she and Emmy are the same, going squarely against their fates as if it's just out of spite. Reen even said something like that. Do something you can't just because you can. Is that what she meant? Is that her reason? Might be Emmy's. She comes off as quite a headstrong person. Reen doesn't give off that kind of air. Thinking about it, she doesn't give off any kind of air. Or maybe a different kind every time I talk to her. Why did she say what she said? Why does she, or anyone at all, paint, or draw, or sculpt, or write? I've never had much of a creative impulse, so I don't think I can really understand it. It makes me feel hollow inside. What did you say? What did you see?
I see what you meant about the thematicness of.
Oh, this is the
very
fucking tip of
philosophical.
the iceberg. It still makes sense at this point.
Oh, I figured.
It still makes sense at this point. It will not by the end of the route.
Oh boy.
I remember having like a really in-depth conversation with Marak about it, because Marak has actually played this route. It's one of the 2 that he did play.
I was there.
What?
Anyway.
It makes me feel hollow inside. What a grim thought.
Oh.
I can't really decide whether it's true or not either. Am I content being this way? I can't deny I'm feeling a little bit envious of Reen, but I can't really consider it as a flaw of any kind. I'm myself, and she is herself. Still, I do need to find something that could make me feel a little less lost about myself, instead of just drowning myself in these books as I did in the hospital. I can't help but feel disoriented. The new school, lifestyle, and people around me contribute heavily to this such sensation. I'm trying my best to fit into existing social circles, and most of the people I've met have been really nice. It still feels like I'm an outsider though, like I don't belong. I shake the feeling off, realizing that I'm spacing out. I have neither turned a page of the book nor done anything for Reen. She's trying to pour some paint from a big can using only her feet, having not bothered to ask me, or maybe she did and I didn't hear. Either way, it looks very unstable. I quickly jump to help her, as it looks like she's about to spill the entire contents of the can all over the pavement. I take the can from her feet and pour some into the bowl. She doesn't say anything, and neither do I. I catch a glimpse of her eyes, looking silently at me from under her unkempt bangs. It's an unreadable expression, a perfect poker face, much with a hint of something like mild surprise. I wonder what she is thinking. Maybe she's wondering about what I'm thinking. Maybe nothing. A penny for your thoughts?
Then with you?
I don't think I do.
I don't think so. I'm not thinking anything either. So you're in what? But now I just did.
She frowns, looking very unsatisfied.
Hard not to think about it. It's important.
I'm about to ask why it's important when some old guy walks up to us looking like he has some business with Reen.
What
That
in
man
the
looks.
world?
His face looks very out of art style.
Yeah, no kidding. Like
Yeah,
somebody-
him and one guy
So
from
voice the
Shizune's
silver
route
man.
look like they're completely from a different game.
Is this? How often is this man gonna appear?
Unfortunately often.
We're going to be playing Rin's route, it seems like, and
Yeah, this guy, I know for a fact
Who
this
wants
guy
to
doesn't
use-
show up unless you're on Reen's route. Or at least...
Kane is Rin. Whiskers
I'm
is
in
Emmy,
whatever.
so I guess. So I guess.
Yeah,
I-
Maroc...
I can take it over.
I would say Maroc probably should do this guy. Wait, what is Whiskers?
Zip-
Whiskers is Emmy.
I'm voicing
Yeah.
Rin, or Emmy, and Yuko.
So Emmy's a pretty big
Although
supporting
Yuko's-
character in this route, so it's probably fine for you to stay on
That
Emmy.
makes sense.
Since Kane is doing Reen right now, it's probably best for him
I
not...
can swap off. Plus, I still always have
These
that.
can all
And
change like on
because-
different
well,
routes
okay.
and different-
So I'd say this is probably a good role for Maroc.
1 second, I'll be right back.
No, well, do you want me to take the role while he's gone?
We can just go. Actually,
Yeah.
wait, shit. I do have to go on like 13 minutes.
13 or
God.
23?
Third. Wait.
13 to make it early.
Wow.
Okay, I was like, hold on a sec.
Dude,
We should still be able to
I've
get
been
to.
so busy, I'm forgetting how many minutes are now today.
We should.
Alright, I'm back.
Oh, okay, cool.
Welcome back.
It doesn't look.
Alright, so shall I be the silver
Yep,
man?
I believe so.
Yep.
Good afternoon. How's it going?
What is his tie?
I can make it.
Reen doesn't take her eyes off the wall and responds so naturally that I can only assume they know each other. I haven't seen the man before, so I naturally wonder who he might be. Maybe a teacher?
He's probably the head of the art department.
His hair is faded to a silvery gray, so not much, so much so that it looks artificially dyed. I hope that's not the case. Small round glasses hang on the bridge of his nose, but it appears he's constantly looking over the lenses rather than through them. He's studying the mural intently over said glasses.
Good, good. What a bold composition you have here.
He moves to inspect the mural closer, talking to himself about it in a way that makes it obvious he wants us to hear it too.
Very good indeed.
I don't really know what to make of it, but Reen doesn't seem to care much. She's looking around her working space, the various bowls of different tones scattered all over.
What's that?
Hmm?
A little more of this.
Give me a second. I pour a 50-50 mixture of two paints into the bowl to create more of the same pale pink tone Reen was using to fill up the shape of a man's face. Reen watches me do so, which makes me feel nervous somehow. Her face is so unassuming that it feels like she's just waiting for me to do something wrong. The man turns to reckon me as well, looking surprised as if he noticed my presence only just now. Maybe he did.
Why, hello there. Who might you be?
I'm a...
A little Kenobi.
General Canoe.
General Canoe.
Sorry, go on.
I'm a transfer student from class 3-3. Hisao Nakai. Nice to meet you.
Uto's class, eh? Well, I won't hold that against you.
He laughs very loudly, obnoxiously loudly. A few small birds take flight from a nearby tree.
I'm Shinichi Nomiya, the art teacher.
So this is the art teacher. In retrospect, I should have guessed that much. He even looks like one, as far as first impressions go.
How did you come to end up assisting my protege?
I wish I knew. Alright, so, one of these choices gets you the bad ending. Pick correctly.
Alright, which
Sweet.
one is it?
I feel like if I say
Wait a minute, hold on a fucking second.
One gets you the
I can
art
see
club.
both of these doing either or. Because if you say I'm just kind of stuck with her,
Hisao is so unpredictable that
Exactly.
I agree.
Hisao's
Saying
responses are
I'm interested in the
almost
art
never
club
what you
is-
think they are. Like that
No,
time he
saying I'm
fucking
interested in
blew
the art
up on
club-
Misha.
exactly. Saying
From
I'm
memory, I believe it's the art club one.
Yeah, I'm just trying to list my reasons because if you say you're interested in the art club, it makes it seem like you don't care about Rin, even though it'd be a chance to get closer to it. But if you say I'm just kind of stuck with her, then I feel like he's gonna say that like an asshole.
Well, keep in mind it doesn't say I'm just kind of stuck with her. It says I just kind of stuck with her.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like it's a good thing, like saying, "Hey, I'm just kind of stuck with her. I like
Yeah.
her." But no, it could. He's totally gonna say it like an asshole.
Fucking Hisao, you little shit.
Yeah. Just please tell us what.
Ava was.
You're
piece
supposed to
of
do the art
fuckwad.
club.
Okay.
Does he say it stupidly if you
I
do
have
the
no
other
idea. That's not how I got. Actually, no. That is.
Oh.
I messed up this choice, and that's how I got the bad ending the first time, I believe.
one? Oh my god, really?
I guess I'm a little interested in the art club? I blurted out, partially inadvertently.
What do you mean?
Nothing specific. I wonder if I could come by sometime, even if it's just to observe or something. I've been thinking that I should join a club or something, so... It's in no way a premeditative move, but a vague sense of determination has really been building inside of me for this past week. I want to do something. I want to belong somewhere. It might as well be the art club,
Not with
my
Kenji.
shortcomings notwithstanding. The teacher seems pleased.
Oh, you want to join? Well, we always welcome new people, of course. Club meetings are normal enough. We study various aspects of the fine arts and try our hands at them as well. Or feet.
He gives an embarrassed cough, but Green doesn't seem to mind. I take a small amount of comfort from the fact that I'm not the only one with vocabulary difficulties in this school. Nomiya rebounds from his faux pas by theatrically checking for the time from his huge gleaming pocket watch, and slaps his forehead.
Theoretically checking the time.
His forehead
Theoretically
even more
checking.
theatrically.
I really must take my leave now, but if you have questions, I'm sure Tezuka can clarify.
Yeah, that is.
Somehow mentioning clarify and Reen in the same sentence doesn't feel right. However, I don't say as much to the teacher since he seems to be in a hurry.
Tezuka, I'm pleased to see this little project is going so well.
Little.
It's
I just stopped
Hero,
by to
dude.
remind you not to run off by yourself tomorrow. I've invited certain people to the festival for you, and I'm sure they'd like to meet you as well.
No pressure.
I hope I'll see you on Monday then, Nakai.
The teacher leaves, and we are left by ourselves again. Reen is still painting as if nothing notable happened. Since nothing, in fact, did, I am left wondering what on earth is wrong with me. Art and I haven't worked well together in the past, at least judging from the grades I used to have in middle school. Maybe a club will be different than an obligatory class. Who knows? I try to come up with something meaningful to ask about it, but to no avail. I'll just go to a club meeting and see how it goes. So, he invited some people tomorrow just to check out your painting?
There's a lot of. He has a lot of art people friends. They like to talk about art. I think he wants me to talk about art.
Somehow, I get the feeling that you aren't too thrilled about it. Reen shrugs non-committally, but it still gives an impression of her general displeasure at the idea of having to discuss her painting, or any painting, with other people.
I don't really like talking about art. There's already a little talk about talking and stuff. Why bother talking about it?
I can understand that.
Don't being bored. Talking about being bored. It's bored.
I'm not following you.
You ever talk about being bored? It's pointless. Not very exciting. All you can really say is, I'm so bored. I won't spend a week trying to think of something beautiful or meaningful to say about boredom. It was the most boring week I ever had.
But that's pretty fitting, don't you think? Rin gives me a look. The laconic kind that looks like it doesn't mean anything, but it does.
Laconic. It's a word you Google. I'm gonna Google about.
The music is rather groovy, I would agree, CD. What track is this again?
Laconic. Using
Parody.
very few words.
Anyway, I don't know.
Well,
I guess
the
it just...
notes looks don't-
I guess I just rarely come up
It's
with
very
anything
fancy.
to say about art. I mean, like this one you're doing now. I have no idea what to think about it except that it looks nice. What is this painting about?
Not about anything at all. That's what I'd like to say, so I did. But that was a small lie. I said it anyways, because I would kind of like it to be true. The teacher wanted me to do this, but I didn't have any ideas. I tried to have some, but nothing happened. So now this is a painting without any memories.
But what are you painting then? I totally agree, CD. I mean, I love this game, and it also has a pretty good AOST.
Come to think of it, I think I'll call this No Idea. Now I started thinking again. This is bad.
She shakes her head vigorously for a while, trying to shake thinking out of her head.
Bryce just
That amber...
Every time I think he's having a fucking seizure.
that amber red hair flies wildly around.
This is why I had Emmy helping. She makes it easy to not think about it. You know, how she just talks and talks and talks about nothing for hours. It's like her head is made of bubblegum foam bath jelly. You're kind of the same, but not really. Very helpful if you stay here.
I am not sure if that's a compliment or not. It's probably neither, with Rin being the overly neutral person she is. So, is there anything specifically you'd like me to do to make you not think? So, is there anything specific you'd like me to do to make you not think?
There's a beat.
So without knowing what I should do, I sit on an empty box to watch her continue with the painting, idly leafing through the pages of the beer-drinking book. Rin has a What?
Feet.
Feet. Rin has a
just instant.
Rin has a serene expression on her face, her dark green eyes hiding what she might think behind them. No, wait, she's supposedly not thinking anything, right? She quietly hums to a tune, interrupting every now and then with polite requests for more paint of another kind of brush. Her concentration is admirable, even though she seems to be sleep-deprived and under pressure to finish the job. Inch by inch, the painting gains more form, details being added on top of details, colors entwining with each other, filling the empty spaces, growing on top of each other. I find myself thinking about inspiration and motivation to create art again. Where does one get ideas? They don't come out of nowhere, and I don't think there are muses that magically inject some inspiration in your head. Ideas have an origin and purpose. The more I think about it, the more I'm convinced that Rin is lying about her mural, or at least twisting the truth. Maybe she doesn't even realize it herself. You can't do anything creative without having an idea of what you are going to create. That would go against the definition. Every stroke must be decided to be drawn. Even if it's made at random, then that too is a conscious decision. So we're painting, even this one, must be based on having some deliberate goal or idea of what to paint. If Rin's idea is to have no idea, as she said, does that count as having an idea? A logical paradox? It seems to be Rin's modus operandi for most normal interactions, so it wouldn't surprise me if she hadn't even noticed this herself. What?
It's this dialogue. It feels like going on I don't know how to say it. It feels like taking 4 left turns rather than using a roundabout.
Yeah, exactly.
I told you guys, this is what's up with Rin's route.
I mean, it's kind of cool. Like it's
Like I'm okay with it, but I'm like,
oh.
oh my god, you just said the same thing on loop 5 pages in a row.
Rin's route gets like really prose heavy out of nowhere. I wonder if I should bring it up, but I'm not sure if I want to engage in an argument about logic with this girl. One of us would probably end up short-circuiting fairly quickly, so I discard the thought. Rena's squirming and shuffling restlessly. Even her usual blank visage breaks occasionally into pretty difficult-looking expressions. The kind that one doesn't just come up with accidentally. Everything alright?
Yes. No. My back started hurting again. This pain was too big after all. It's hard to pain in this position.
Want to take a break?
After I finish this part.
Of course, she doesn't take a break, and I don't bring it up again because that would be completely and utterly pointless. Rain continues her work, and I stay with her. I like to watch her paint, and I'm going to be a member of the same club she's in now.
You tell me we can't get her like one of those, not beanbag chairs, but the chairs that like you sit in, and the net chairs. We can't get her one of those.
Yeah, the one.
When she declares the mural to be finished, it's already so dark that I have no idea how she can tell.
Wait, what?
There's no celebration, no general sense of a job well done, and just a tired and laconic, I'm done, and then we both go to sleep.
Okay, painting.
Alright, I have to go in 9 minutes. Personally, I think this is a good spot to call it off,
Yeah.
unless you all want to keep going without me. Which I'm
I'm
cool
fine.
with either way.
It's probably
Well, if you leave, then
Seems
we're
like
gonna
a
have to
good place to start.
reappropriate, Reen again.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like she says too much.
I'm
That's
trying
true.
to decide. I'm trying to remember if we can. I want to say the festival day is pretty short in Reen's route, so we might be able to get through it in 10 minutes. But
What is it, 8 minutes short?
I don't know. That's my issue. Is I don't know exactly how short it is.
Yeah.
And let's just
We
put a
can give you.
let's
Yeah,
just put
we
a
can
pin in
give
this for
Yeah,
sure.
but-
extra time.
Despite the
besides,
fact we
this
had to
outro
restart
takes
3 times.
We've made decent progress.
This has been a fun session. I enjoy it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know why the writing suddenly improved, but it did.
Because a different person is writing it now.
Because
Different
that
people
makes
wrote
sense.
each of the routes.
I hated whoever wrote season is route. I didn't hate it, but compared to this, it's not nearly as good.
whoever wrote Kenji.
No, I
wrote,
really
don't
like
know
I really like the idea of Shizune as a character. It's just the execution was flubbed so bad that it's such a fucking
Yeah,
waste.
same.
Like I love
From what we've
Shizune.
seen
I
so far.
wanted so much to love Shizune's route, but it's not that good.
Mhm.
Whoever wrote Kenji's route, yeah, I need to have a chat with them.
They sat down one day and were like, "How do we
harm as
how do we
many
convince
people
the
as
character?
much?
How do we recreate the ending to a more?
What would incentivize people to continue on this game? Having the worst possible thing happen to them."
Yay!
Now they want to correct it.
Yeah, so now that okay,
I take it back,
I want to ask you, Kane, because do you think what point do you think the writing improved?
That's the thing. I can't tell. I just
Because we went
I feel
it might have been when we branched off of Shizune. I'm just trying to decide if it was when we branched off of Shizune or if it was when we branched
what
off
I mean
to Reen.
is it was way easier for me to focus and not drone off this session compared to any
Oh,
other.
okay.
I don't know if it was just because I had more lines or what, but I like the previous 2 sessions. I enjoyed this game so far, but it like just kind of felt like I was just droning on.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean,
don't
I
know
think the
if
game
it's
improves as it
specific.
goes on. Like I don't mind Act 1, but I think it really picks up once you get into a route, unless it's Shizune's.
Mhm.
From what I could tell, the dialogue from the earlier parts of the game for Shizune and Micha were a lot more dialogue heavy, but that dialogue had a lot less meaning.
Yeah.
That's true. That's very.
It was mostly
true.
just Misha saying wahaha and then getting up to weird ideas.
And then commenting for the 3rd time that Misha is Suzune's translate. But
So the
that's
reason
not
that they
spoiling
do
it.
that is because there's a ton of optional scenes with Shizune and Misha. So
Yeah,
it has to
I get it.
reintroduce that concept like 3 or 4 times.
There's a reason for it. It still hurts.
Still could have been again.
Right.
The execution of Shizune in this game physically pains me.
Makes me sad.
I still think her route is worth playing, but it's just, it physically pains me.
The weakest.
It
of
is
them all.
by far the weakest. Like it was the one that was the easiest for me to rank once because I did a ranking of my favorite routes of this game, but after I finished it, I think I said it was Hanako on top. Then I can never decide whether I like Rin or Lily's more. Emmy was fourth, even though I really love Emmy's route. It's just the other ones are so good that it's hard to place it higher.
Huh. I didn't think you liked Lily's route as much.
I don't... You know, maybe I'll change my mind once I go back through it, because... You know what? I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Alright. Y'all have a good night.
Yep.
And
Good night.
Too. Sleep well and easy.
Toodaloos. Oh, wait, Marak, before you go...
Hey,
Oh.
wait, did you end the stream?
No, I'm gonna end the stream. Yeah, bye everyone. Thanks for stopping by, CD.
You just like, you piece.